Let's do it. Okay, so as we left off on last session, before you guys head for your long rest tonight, even though I'm letting you level up, you guys had gone to Croaker Cave, explored that, created a very tentative truce with the people in the cave after fighting some monsters, specifically found some frogs, found a swarm of bats, almost drowned a guy in the frozen water, which was a blast. And then you guys left there, came back. We have Ardian in Pelk's Curiosities, which we'll probably deal with that first. And then the other 3 party members were in the Jolly Dwarf, staying the night with the person that was going to be guarding you, to try and come back and heal Tolgi of her disease was your intention. So, as you had left Pelk's Curiosities initially to go to Croaker Cave, your parents had come back to see their shop, and you were just like, hi, bye. So, by the time you guys get back, I'm going to say it's like around dinner time. So, Ardian, you come back to your shop, and do you just go through the front door, or what's your plan?
Yes. I just walk right through the front door.
Okay. As you enter, you see your mother and father are having a heated discussion that you would have heard on the other side of the door. Dad's going through and like picking up a few things, and your mom's like furiously sweeping, and she goes, what happened to our store? And she's like coughing on occasion, and your dad's not feeling too hot, but they're in the early stages of this disease. And they haven't even gone... Oh no, they did, because you would have heard your mom scream.
Yeah.
So they would have taken care of Virla's body while you guys were gone. So they had dug her a makeshift grave out. No, hold on. How do I want to do that? They would have put the body outside, dealt with the immediate concern of their shop, and they sent word to Urlo, I cannot say that name, to discuss what to do with her body.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you say to your parents as you walk in, and they kind of stop and look at you like you had a hand in this, and like get like daggers for eyes as they're staring at you and not super, super happy?
So I try my best to explain to them what is happening, and that there is this, whatever we want to call it, disease spreading. And when I came back to the shop, there was a bunch of people a group of people ravaging, looking for a specific set of stuff from her shop, and that we took care of. More or less explain to them the basics of what happened.
Right, kind of give them a recap. What exactly am I supposed to do with this? Like, your mom's you know from growing up with her that she's kind of like everything's got its place. And so this is really hard for her. That things are in such disarray, and then she's trying to, you can see it on her face that she's trying to cope with the death of Virla, because they had grown really accustomed to her being around, and like she's kind of shirking off dealing with that.
much makes sense.
So, um, yeah, they kind of like process what you're saying, and well, we're expecting Elro here any minute to discuss what to do, but what did you get yourself into? And you see your mom like grab a wad of paper and start like hitting you with it. And she's like, I'm not happy.
More or less just tell him, to be honest, I don't entirely know yet, but I plan to find out.
Okay, well, and she stops like hitting you and she goes, I'm sorry. I just, everything has changed so fast. We used to be this small, peaceful, quiet town, and now we're having this disease. And she, again, and Virla dies, and my shop's a mess, and you just see like tears start welling up in her eyes, and she just goes, I just don't know what to do.
And I do my best to comfort her.
Um, she like is shorter than you, so it's like the mom who puts the head on your chest, which is awkward, but it's really comforting to her, even though you're taller than her. Um, so yeah, at this point that you're having this discussion, Erlo walks into your shop. I'm gonna drag his marker over to Pelk's Curiosities. You see the same gray-haired man that you saw from the graveyard that you know, walk, like kind of knock knock and let himself in, and he goes, "You guys needed me?" In like this deeper voice. And he just goes wide eyes as he sees like all the stuff it's now scooped into a pile in the middle of the shop of like all your odds and ends and papers and books and trinkets and everything that have just been thrown out. And he just goes, whoa, what happened in here?
Again,
Yeah.
I give him the rundown of
And
what's happening.
he just goes, okay, uh, give me until tomorrow, and I will have some kind of idea of what we're gonna do. I will send the glass blades though to assist in burying Virla and preparing her body for being buried. So he'll handle that aspect of it. But uh, in order to figure out where this disease come from, he goes, I need to reach out to some of the people that I know, and I'll find you. And he kind of looks and goes, you've been hanging out with those other two people, Argus and Alwyn. Can I find you guys at the Jolly Dwarf tomorrow?
I tell him yes.
Okay. He goes, well, I'm going to make my leave. And he kind of looks towards your mom and gives your dad that like solemn nod, and he excuses himself, goes, if you need any assistance with picking this up, and he's kind of saying it as like a courtesy, uh, please let me know. And he kind of ducks out, and you see him like walk out to the right of your Pelk's Curiosity shop. Do you stay and like help your parents clean up tonight?
Yeah.
And all that? Okay, so we're gonna kind of jump ship while you're doing the rest of that, and we'll go over to the Jolly Dwarf with the other three that are getting squared away in there. Argus is doing his business of maintaining his shop and looking at everything and making sure everything's like functional, and talking to his barkeep, and which is Arl, and kind of just in his zone of like coming to terms with everything that's gone on in the last 24 hours. But for Alwyn and Typhondralos, what are you guys doing?
Probably having a casual conversation about asking about who are you, where do you come from, why are you blue? Just
the
basic questions like that.
normal stuff.
The normal stuff.
Do you
As
want
Elwyn
to?
kind of asks his questions, Typhondrals will take. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, like, do you want to answer any of these questions for him, or like, you know?
I have an idea of what Typhondrals would say. While he's also doing this, while we're kind of sitting at a table chatting, you notice kind of Typhondrals kind of look towards his bag, a little bit side pouch that he carries,
Hmm.
and you would notice there's like this little white tuft of fur and like these two tiny horns that kind of come out of the bag. And he seems a little bit protective of it as he like see him take a little piece of food and kind of put it towards the bag.
I, I observe that, but I don't say anything because, I'm used to wild creatures in the forest that maybe he's befriended, and I don't want to surprise it because I'm not sure what it'll do. So
But
I'll I'll
he
ask about it
wants
later.
you to find out what it is. Oh,
So,
Typhondralos looks at you and says, "You certainly ask a lot of questions. I suppose you can go ahead and pick one of what you wish to know more."
just a short question. The thing in your pocket there that you're feeding, we don't have to worry about that, attacking us or anything weird like that. It's not nocturnal or predatory or anything like that.
You're talking about my friend Rococo?
Yes.
You came
I
up with
kind of
a name for it? Oh my god.
named it Rococo.
Rook.
ROCC. Rococo. How did I spell it? I have it in here somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god, I love it.
Uh, I have it in here. Where is it? Why am I so bad at D&D Beyond? Um, yeah, ROC. Yeah, just RO and then Coco. It's Rococo, my Poro.
Hmm.
I love it so
Coco.
much.
But I reach
It
into my
even
bag.
sounds like a Pokemon.
I reach into my bag and I take out this like it with Typhondralos' like humongous frame and build, this humongous
Hmm.
hands. It just fits in the center of the palm of his hand, and you just kind of see this white tuft with these strange kind of amber like horns that come out on the top, and it just looks like it's just a wad of hair with horns. And it seems odd at first until you see these two large bluish eyes just kind of look up and stare at you, and
Hmm.
this long kind of like dog like tongue kind of just like hop bounces up and down as it's looking around, smelling the air, running around on his hand, and then just sitting down on it, just kind of staring around.
I'm curious about it. I look at it and I reach my hand forward tentatively and say, "May I?" As far
Is
as
it all right? Yeah, is it
to
all
pet
right,
it.
Rococo? He'll be fine. He kind of holds out his hand towards you.
All right, I'm gonna very very slowly, tentatively, just kind of rub him on the back of his head to see what he does.
In kind. Rococo is a very gentle creature.
Hmm.
He watches, he kind of like rolls over onto his back, kind of exposing a belly, and you see like these the four legs that it has, very short, stumpy, kind of black paws.
It's a D&D Furby, you guys.
But a lot cuter and not as
Yes.
terrifying.
And you
Um,
can't teach it curse words, I don't think.
it doesn't speak. But anyway, Typhondralos kind of looks at you, and as he kind of like pets it as well, and it kind of sets it on the table a bit, just to kind of let it like stay in front of him.
Hmm.
He goes, "Yes, this is my little companion. I brought him with me from my family. We raise these little creatures."
I want one.
I have so many questions.
By all means, ask away. I shall answer them to the best of my abilities.
How big will it get? What does it eat?
Uh,
Can you
let's
feed
see.
it after midnight?
Typhondralos
Can I
kind of
get
looks
put
out.
in the water?
Typhongelos kind of looks around outside and he goes, trying to find something that could at least reference the size that they can get to, because they could get pretty large. Um, uh, the stories have been told that you remember how big that cabin was that we were at?
Yes.
They could get up to about that size if they're treated very well with kindness and great revere. There is only one ever to be known to ever reach that size in history, as far as my family knows.
That's very big.
They can get fairly large, but most of them we tend to keep them around just about the sizes of some horses or maybe even cows. Their furs are very well prized. They're very warm and very comfy. They're just such cute creatures. You would never want to hurt these things. And he watches, he takes out like another smaller, it almost looks like a cinnamon roll a little bit. And kind of like, and looks down to Rococo and goes, Rococo. And Rococo kind of turns to look at him. And he goes, do you want a snack? And you can just kind of see like Rococo just start running around in circles with such excitement and joy with the humongous blue eyes that it has, like a child in a candy store. And so he just kind of tosses it and it just kind of catches it in its mouth and it just starts eating away, just ravenously at it.
Oh my god, it's the
So
cutest
you
Okay,
thing.
out
raise
of
them for the
character,
fur, is that
I
correct?
really want one of these.
Yeah, it's too bad because you're not in the Jolly Dwarf, so you're actually not seeing this happen right now.
I know. I've made so many poor decisions.
But ask away, and your name was
I
again?
I am Alwyn Orekian.
Alwyn Orekian.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a warrior's name if I've ever heard one.
I I mumble a quiet, well, thanks for that, and take a quick drink. Being as humble I can with such praise.
No need to be so bashful. I am merely here as an assistant. But you have more questions. You ask a question, and if I come up with one, I'll stop you in between. How about that?
I think the questions will wait. I had a thought, which is my friend. Let me look at the map. My friend Ergon. He was the one who succumbed to the disease. He has a house here in town, and I've not been to it since I came back, and I'm not sure anyone's been in it since he died. It might be worthwhile to go to search it and see if we can find more clues.
You have my deepest apologies. I had no idea you had lost a dear friend.
Sorry.
I had no idea you had lost a dear friend. I'm very sorry for your loss.
This is all completely real. I just swallowed something the wrong way. I'm back.
You're not allowed to actually die during my campaign, so please don't.
I'm fine. It's just at the exact moment I was going to answer, just that little bit of spit went back down my throat, and it just hit wrong.
Lovely.
You're very poor in your dex check.
I say I thank you for your kind words. And I tell him a little bit about Ergon, about our traveling together, our adventures exploring the world, and the odd circumstances at which we kind of parted, and how he, the last time I saw him, he was, looking obsessively at this vial of this blue liquid, the one we still have.
Yes, it is very interesting indeed. With all of everything seems to be pointing to these vials. I know for certain that whatever this disease is, my healing cannot touch it. Not as much as I would like it to. I just wish that there was more that I could do to help these people. Do you know of anyone else who might be suffering?
I knew that Ardian's parents were exposed as well. And at this point, there's a good chance a lot of the people in the village have been affected.
The ones that you remember specifically are Fenton and Irvel and their two adopted tiefling daughters. The ones that left the vials in the Jolly Dwarf were you guys in the first place. So, you also know that those 4 are infected. But you also know that you have several months, unless something happens kind of like what happened to Virla, which you can assume was the acceleration of the disease because of who was in there during the raid of Pelk's Curiosities. But on a normal progression, you have several months to find the cure.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And
This is very
it's
troubling indeed.
is it early? It's early evening, correct?
Yeah, it's like 5, 6, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna say. At this point.
I know you have somewhere you have to be tomorrow morning after you've rested. I'm feeling a little antsy though. I'm feeling maybe we should go to Ergon's cabin tonight and maybe just look around, see what we can find.
I suppose if you're looking for company, I could gladly help along as much as I can. I'll look over to Argus. Argus, do you want to stay here and finish what you have to do, or did you want to join myself and Alwyn?
He goes, I'll probably stay here. It's dinner time, and it just seems like I can help out Arl with getting this all squared away. And but if you need anything, let me know. But you guys are also having this. As I drop my pen, you guys are having this conversation in front of the person that's keeping tabs on you. And he kind of pipes up and goes, well, if you're going to check out Ergon's cabin, I'm just going to trail you, but I won't get involved.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice that she sent protection for me, but I don't really need protection.
It's more keeping you honest to your promise at this point. I'm
Why
not
not
going
look
to...
trustworthy?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Typhondos is just kind of like, not really defensive, but just more just be like, do I not look trustworthy?
And he just kind of like crosses his arms and stares at you.
Awkward pause.
Yeah. And doesn't answer.
Not taken.
And he kind of like, if you guys are leaving, he just is gonna follow. And he'll stay like 10 feet behind you guys. Like, he's not gonna be all up in your business, but definitely staying in task with the party.
Should we go get Ardian and bring him with us?
Leave that up to you. I mean, I am the newcomer here.
I shrug my shoulders and say, well, I mean, it's better to have more targets than less.
I suppose more things to protect.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes, exactly. Protect.
You just don't want to be the only
Let's go find
target.
him. I didn't say that. I implied it.
Are you guys stopping by Pelk's Curiosities and grabbing Ardian to go to Ergon's cabin, or?
I actually
I
have a
believe
question
so.
about that as
Sure.
well. For sure. So with Pelk's Curiosities, we know that the girl that was there who was kind of running with the shop,
Mhm.
her body's out there, but what happened to also all the other bodies that we had also killed in there?
That's a good
Oh,
question.
your parents would have taken them out back too. Sorry, retcon. Yeah, they would have, like, Dad would have dragged the bodies out to the back. So,
So like there are more bodies in there than just the one.
yeah, your parents wouldn't have really mentioned those, but when the glass spades go in the back, they're gonna deal with it. So during the time that you're in the conversation, the glass spades would like poke their head and go, "There's more bodies than just Virla's," and you would go, well, we kind of got into a scuffle," and they would like look at them, look at you, go, "Okay, Uh, and you'd see them like whisper to each other, just shrug, grab Virla's body. They're gonna talk to Erlo about it later on what he wants to do with these other bodies that are just gonna be out back. But the nice thing is that since it's eternal winter,
Hmm.
decomposition
They'll
is
never stink.
slowed,
Yeah,
so there's no
things keep pretty well.
smell. Yeah, like the biggest issue is cleaning up the blood, cleaning up the mess, which at this point I'm gonna say like your mom's like got a bucket and is scrubbing the floor, like getting some of the blood up. Whether you help her or not is up to you.
Now it makes me wonder how many bodies they've had to deal with in their lives, and do I really
Well,
want to know?
I
of
mean,
course I help
moms
them.
inherently know how to clean up blood. It's kind of, speaking as being a mom myself, it's kind of a rite of passage because kids and injuries and
Hmm.
wounds and bloody noses is very much a thing. So she is not a stranger to cleaning up blood off the floor, but in this capacity, you can definitely see that it's getting to her because it's not just like a bloody nose. It's like
It's
battle
deadly stuff.
wounds that went on in her shop. So it's a little bit more intense than just a kid hurting themselves.
I look
Um,
to Alwyn and say to him, "Well then, I suppose if we're going to go get Ardian, I suppose lead the way. I am still fairly new to this place.
Of course, I know this town like the back of my hand. Follow me.
Lead on."
I do know this town like the back of my hand, right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
You lead him to
checking.
Pelk's Curiosities, no problem. So, do you guys knock on the door? Do you just barge right in? How do you make your entrance into Pelk's Curiosities?
I think we would
Barge
knock
in.
and walk in at the same time. It's like knock, knock, door opens.
You see Ardian's mom like scrubbing on the floor and she jumps as you enter the thing and like lets out a little squeal and then dad just kind of goes, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." And Ardian's
I
in
duck
there.
under the door.
Yeah, Ardian, what are you doing at this point? Like, are you helping your mom? Are you
Yes,
helping scrub the floor, or what's the plan?
helping clean up. I'll probably helping her the
Okay.
most because she's the one that's most unnerved about the whole situation.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you're like on the floor grabbing a rag and like helping clean up.
Hmm.
As you see Typhongelos duck under the door and Alwyn enter first and
Hmm.
and kind of like enter. And what do you guys say to Ardian?
Um,
I'm waiting.
yeah, I don't know. Says, Ar- Ardian, this is quite a mess. Do
Thanks.
you do you
I
have a
know.
moment? Do you have a moment to maybe you know take a walk with us? It won't be for long, just down the road a little bit.
I look at my mother and I ask her, "Do you mind if I? Are you gonna be fine if I leave?"
She looks at you and she's like, "Yeah, I got this." And she goes back to furiously scrubbing the floor, and you can tell she's just like, she's getting through it, and like cleaning is how she processes. So
Yeah.
she's just like powerhousing through it. Like it's like the Russian mom who has to like clean everything to like avoid dealing with what's bothering her slash process getting through what's going on. So, um,
So I go, okay, and then I follow them out.
okay. Um, you guys know where Ergon's cabin is, so
It's on the map, yeah.
it is. Yeah, it's listed. Um, you guys can just head right over there, like it's familiar to you. Alwyn, you've been there before when you came in to the poly. Oh my God, why Pale Bank? I don't know why I wanted to call it Poly Bank. Um, when you came into Pale Bank Village, like
Hmm.
obviously this was Ergon's house. You guys stayed here overnight a couple of times, like
Hmm.
when bringing stuff back. So, um, and yeah, so as you guys approach, um, you see a female standing outside Ergon's door, dressed in what you recognize as the Glass Blades uniform. And despite this cold, this female kind of has this like warmth to her, like just a friendly personality. You can just tell by approaching her. But you see her like tense up for a second as you guys approach, and she like puts her hand on her sword hilt, and she goes, and then relaxes when she realizes who you guys are. You recognize this as Milna Tenno, who's been, like, you've seen her grow up here in the town, like, young buck, 18 years old, joined the Glass Blades, like, this is why she's so eager, because she's just an excitable personality in the first place, but she's trying to, like, aid the community, and she's been put on this guard duty. She goes, oh, and she recognizes Ardian. She doesn't recognize Alwyn or Typhongelos, but she goes, Ardian, what are you doing here? And she's standing in front of the door.
I tell her that we are here to investigate something.
Well, I'm sure she
And
was at the funeral and she saw Ergon get up and walk around a little bit. So
we're investigating Ergon's death, more or less.
She goes, okay. And she like you see her look around, and she goes, well, I don't see Erlo, but it's probably fine that you guys go in. Just don't mess things up too much, as Erlo wouldn't be too happy.
We're not even sure.
Yeah, she kind of steps aside and lets you guys enter through. As you guys enter, you see that this is from the outside, you can tell it's a one-story, one-room log cabin. And like I said, Alwyn, you've been in here before, but this cramped, dark cabin might have been a cozy place when Ergon was alive. And that's what you remember. But now, an unmade bed stands near the cold fireplace, its mantle hung with the head of some snarling white beast with gray horns. On the other side of the room is a small table strewn with dirty dishes and set with a dwarf-sized chair that stands before two empty shelves whose contents are scattered across the floor. Kitchen utensils, dried foods, adventuring gear, a couple books, and it's definitely been ransacked too, from what you can tell.
Okay. I would like to do an investigation check and see if there's anything that I don't remember from the last time I was here. Anything new that has shown up in this cabin.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All right, first roll tonight.
Yeah.
There we go. What do we get?
5. It looks ransacked.
It's a cabin.
It's a cabin that's been ransacked.
I explained this to my other two cohorts. I'm like, it's a cabin, and it looks like it's been ransacked.
I do some investigation myself to see if there is anything out of the ordinary, even though I'm not all that familiar with the place.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check too if you want.
Let's see. I think that's the right one. Nope, that's intelligence.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
I mean,
again.
it's an intelligent-based check, but yeah, you want investigation specifically.
I got an 8.
An 8? Yeah, you kind of like look around too, and you pop like you get the same sense that just this has been like torn through.
Yep. A dwarf definitely lived here, and this place has been ransacked.
Well, we already know the obvious.
Right.
I do have to say, your guys' powers of observation surprise me.
Well, I thank you.
I don't think that's a compliment.
Oh,
I
Um,
wouldn't have known that this place was ransacked. I thought they just lived like this.
It's just like we both walk in there. He goes, "I deduce this place has been ransacked,"
dun dun
and I
dun.
come in and I go, "This guy lived here, and it's also been ransacked."
um,
well, if it's already been ransacked, then maybe we should just shake it down one more time. I mean, we're not getting anywhere right now.
yeah,
We searched everything.
what you guys know about searching this place is just that, like I said, that it's been ransacked. Typhondralos, do you want to try to do an investigation check?
Come on, we had one more idiot
To help
try
out the party?
So Fondros will just kind of look and say, stand back, both of you, out of the cabin for just a second. I might have an idea.
this. We both step out.
All right, I step out.
I step out.
All right, let's see if I actually have anything that'll actually work.
Like, I have to check now.
All
I
right.
don't know if I actually even have anything.
So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate my divine sense, so I can detect good and evil, and I can sense anything affected that's celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover. So I'm going to start off with that, and then I'll go ahead and do an investigation check.
Okay, well, you don't sense anything within 60 feet.
Well,
You
good thing to
I'm
start.
gonna give you like remnants of, because of how Ergon died, you would have sensed like his presence of changing into an undead in this cabin, but it's like old. So it's not recent. It's from like before he died. And I assume that the party would have told you about how he died, since you weren't part of that yet. But yeah, so that's the only thing you get for that. For your investigation check of 17,
I know I don't know why it made me do a weird thing. But
I don't know. But
anyway, 17, sure.
17, okay. Like, I don't understand what it did either. But is that advantage?
Well, I mean, there's two rolls there. Usually, does
So the
that,
first
like,
one,
if you roll with advantage,
yeah,
you roll-
okay. So we'll go with the first roll, but it didn't
Mhm.
add your
So the same thing.
modifier. So
Weird.
that's a straight roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't have any bonuses.
So,
looks like.
oh yeah, no, he doesn't. 8.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you kind of don't really get a feel either of anything odd going on in here.
I'd like to imagine that there's a green skull, a skull in green flame just sitting there in the sky, like floating in the middle of the cabin, and all of us are completely blind to it. It's like, no.
But
see
if you
anything here, nothing
want, I
happened.
mean, you guys both of, I'll let you retcon this. If anybody actually wanted to take anything out of the cabin that you guys found, like the kitchen utensils, dried food, any of his adventuring gear that was left, any of the
Would I
books.
know where you would keep his valuables, or like any gold, any gems he might have that he a place that like a false book that opens up that he stuffs things into.
I mean, he was a pretty recluse person,
Mhm.
so he wouldn't have like made that super obvious. So it's it's not like, but you would know that because of how he was, that it's not likely that it would be here. And even if it had been at one point, because this has been ransacked, the gold that he had would be gone. Like, the person was looking for something specific, but you can tell by being a person of opportunistic nature that gold doesn't stick around in houses that get ransacked.
Wait, me?
Just in general.
Opportunistic? Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, I assume your character's opportunistic. I mean, you let
Yeah.
Ergon hire you to go explore Isocross. So,
Yeah, that was false offense I was exuding right there.
okay.
Nothing else. Of course he's opportunistic. It's like, me? No.
Me?
No.
Never.
Never.
I just didn't want to assume that something about your character if it wasn't necessarily accurate. So that's just me, like,
That's
making sure
100%
you're good.
accurate.
So, all right, awesome. Any
Evangelos will step out of the cabin really quick after he does his thing. You'll see kind of like this chain around his neck that seems to be similar to that of a holy symbol. And as he looks at both of you, even with my divine sense in trying to find something, anything, nothing seems to be showing up here. So whatever it is that happened here, or that was taken, it might already be gone. And the one clue that could be there. But I do think with our new, I suppose, allies, they might be able to lead us in a good direction.
Possibly.
And you're
Sure.
talking about Tolgi and like the allies made out of Croaker Cave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, partial allies. We aren't entirely
It's
sure,
a
but-
tentative allied agreement between you guys.
That's why Typhangelo spoke in air quotes.
This is the moment when
But
I
I
wish we
think
had
since we're
videos
not
on was
finding-
for air quotes.
I think that since we're not finding a whole lot here, that we should just rest for the night and move on to the next day.
I would agree.
I sigh heavily and grumble and apologize for dragging both of you out to the cold in the night like this. But yeah, perhaps we should go. Perhaps we should go find somewhere warmer and drier.
So, I think I'm going to stay at my shop
Okay.
for this night.
And I know I'm asking this twice, but I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Was anybody wanting to take anything? Or were you guys leaving it put?
Can't say that there's any. Well, since you say that, makes me think we should try to take something.
No, it's totally up to you. I just, if you guys want that information, like, I'll give it to you. But if you're not interested, I'm not gonna like give you.
Is
stuff
there
you're not
anything to take?
So, like I said, he had the kitchen utensils, dried food, his adventuring gear, which, as you guys were looking around, consists of a silvered maul, a suit of splint armor, but dwarf-sized, fur-lined clothing, again dwarf-size, a grappling hook, and a hooded lantern.
Did Ergon have anything in his adventuring pack while we were traveling together that he considered lucky, like, or reliable? Like he had, like, that one pick that he always used every day, or
I mean, his silvered maul was his like favored weapon, but
that's very large and un-ranger-like.
Yeah, it's a bulky weapon.
And I would feel offended by taking it.
I would take the food.
The food?
Or whatever it is.
A dead man's refrigerator, I see.
Roll me a d10 for how many food portions you find in here that you can take with you.
10.
Yeah, just a straight d10 roll.
I got a 7.
7. Okay, so you find 7 food rations that you can add to your inventory, compiled up of whatever else. There might be some dirt in it. But
a little bit of grit, a little bit of sand.
Yeah, give you that extra vitamin boost.
And if I sound annoyed, it's only because I didn't think of it first.
All good.
trying to see here. Inventory.
I don't think Typhondralos would ever take anything out of something that's not his.
Yeah, I kind of don't get that
Especially-
vibe from him either.
Yeah, Typhondralos does not steal from it, unless it was
I
through
don't
honorable
consider
battle
this stealing.
first.
I consider it repurposing. He's not.
He's not eating anything anytime soon.
So it does not look like I can add anything to my inventory from the
I can get it.
app.
Okay,
App does not allow that.
not a problem. I can add it for you then. I will get...
But it did warn me that there was some things that may not be capable of
Right.
being edited.
Yeah. Rations. 1 day. And you have 7 of them.
I did get updated that my power supply is supposed to be arriving tomorrow, hopefully.
Yay! That'll be good. But
We'll
yeah,
see
all
if
right.
Amazon actually
So
delivers
that's
it.
in your inventory. So I don't know if you refresh the app if it'll show up, but you at least have them in your inventory. So, but yeah, is there anything else you guys want to do tonight before y'all head back to your respective places and go to bed?
As they're kind of like outside, as they're kind of like coming out of Ergon's cabin, and Typhondralos is kind of just waiting for them as they're picking through. I would take Rococo out of my pouch and let him roll around the snow a little bit,
Okay.
so that when they come out, they
Ooh, that's
would
some
see
heavy
Rococo.
food. 14 pounds.
Salted pork.
So yeah, your Rococo is having a blast in the snow. Artie, and you see this cute little fluff ball just like wallowing in the snow.
I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Exactly.
I'll
Unlike,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I look at, I'm gonna completely butcher the name because I have not said it once this entire time. Typhondralo?
Typhondralos, but close enough. Just missing the nest.
Typhondralo. Told you I was gonna butcher it.
Dude, it was better than the first time I said it. Like, much better.
I look at him and say, may I pet it?
Rococo doesn't mind, don't you, little one? It kind of like stares up at you with its humongous blue eyes and little horns.
Oh my god, what
Kinda-
sound does it make?
I mean, he makes like any other like dog panting sound. Just
Oh my god, yes.
Like a little Pomeranian, just got.
yeah.
um,
I am. That's how we play it.
that's
Sorry.
so
What
freaking
about
cute.
Milna, the town guard who's standing here? What does she think of it?
You kind of look over your shoulder, and she is just smiling ear to ear, staring at this thing.
Well,
She's not saying anything, but she's just like absolutely enamored. I mean, what 18-year-old female wouldn't be like, just like, oh my god, it's so cute. I'm on guard duty.
well,
I'm on guard duty. I am not.
Guardian is breaking down and going, oh my god, what a cute little thing, and is petting it.
And you see her like twitch, like she wants to go pet it too, but she just stands there.
Typhondralos needs to kind of the reactions. He goes, "This is one of my favorite tricks we like to do on the little farm that we have." And he kind of picks up Rococo, like kind of hides it and like turns his back to everyone. And he ties a similar mustache that he has into the fur and turns back around and shows them.
And I'm just like, I need one of these things in my life.
And he like unties the mustache and such and looks towards the guard and says, "Would you care to pet my little friend?"
She kind of goes, yes, but I shouldn't.
It is no trouble, really. I mean, I could tell in the look in your eye that you might want to try.
What's your passive
least-
perception?
My passive perception?
Yeah.
15, I would say.
Do
Yeah, 15.
You hear a little like excited squeak come out her mouth. As she's like, and she like reaches out and she pets it. It's like the royal guards at the like palace in England that are like,
Mhm.
we shouldn't be doing this, but we're doing it anyways. So she's like trying to act like she's not enjoying it, but she's loving it. And she's like starts petting it, and then she's like, okay, that's enough.
Coco
I have
kind of
guard
licks her
duty.
fingers a bit.
And you hear another "Oh," under her mouth.
I'll go ahead and put Rococo back in his little hidey hole.
I need one of those things.
Well, if I
What
ever
are
go
you
back to my
doing?
village, then by all means, come along and we'll see if we can get one to pair itself to you.
And
I'm gonna hold you to that.
curious minds want to know, how do these things reproduce? Like,
Oh, is that from chat or?
no, that's me. This is all
Oh.
me. Like, how do these things like actually have to go through the whole bunny phase thing, or do they like asexual reproduce and you could just like have another one pop up if a certain event happens? Because I'll make
Oh,
you
God,
roll
that
for it.
Well, like, so the way that poros are, I mean, in some cases, if you want to rule it that way, that they do have to reproduce the normal way, that is kind of how I've interpreted it.
Okay.
Or if you want to do it the different way, that's one way you can do it. Is it's every time winter is at its zenith, or at peak time of winter, is when more of these guys, if we keep them in an area for long enough, and it's a full moon during the winter zenith, then more of them just magically show up from the spirit of ice that bestows us, who are kind of watchers of these kinds of mysterious creatures.
So on
Ooh.
like a holiday maybe or something.
Yeah.
This might be a future episode, just so you guys know. Because that would be extremely exciting for me as the DM. But yeah,
Well, I got
good
you
to know. I will
fucking
keep that in
so
mind.
I'm gonna be holding them too.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we find out it's aliens. Definitely aliens.
I just like have this like literally Gremlins Furby crossover with these things, and that's where my mind goes every time. So I'm like, do they like reproduce like sexually when they get wet, or like how's that work? Do they turn into evil monsters? Like, or what is it? So yeah.
They
Just
burrow
keep
into the snow, and when they come out, there are more of them.
They're just cute baby rams. There's nothing weird about them.
For sure. During this time, Typhondralos, do you tell the guys where your hometown is?
I'll kind of wait till we get back to the Jolly Dwarf and such. If they want to ask their questions, I'll kind of espouse more once we're back.
Okay, for sure. Are you guys heading straight back there, or?
I'll head there for now along with them.
Okay.
Then I'll leave. So
Yeah, I mean, this didn't take you guys more than like 30 minutes, I would say, to like explore,
they're
check
still not really
things.
late. No.
Yeah. So, Ardian, are you heading back to Pelk's Curiosities, or are you going to the Jolly Dwarf with the party?
I'm gonna go with the party.
Okay.
Do you have a world map, DM, I could take a look at pretty quickly?
It is in handouts under World Map.
Thank
So, you are welcome. So yeah,
When we get to the
definitely
Jolly
take a look.
Dwarf, I suggest Artie, like maybe you should take back something for your parents, like a mug of something, or maybe food. It's
Obviously,
a
I'm
great
gonna
way to
order
endear
food
yourself
for
to them.
Yeah, so there's just to clarify, there is the world map, that's the entire world, or there's the Graying Wildlands map, which is your region. So you can look at either one. And what were you looking for? Just out of curiosity.
The place where I'm gonna put myself.
Be from? Okay, got it. um, awesome. Make it up as you go. It's great. But yeah, so anything else you guys want to do tonight? You guys come back into the Jolly Dwarf. Argus is aiding Arl to clean some mugs. But it's very peaceful in the Jolly Dwarf right now. A lot of people are just in their homes.
Well,
Just a question on the world map. Where are we? Are we in
Um,
Isocross?
no. So Isocross is across the sea.
Okay.
Uh, when as I try to like blow it up so I can actually see it, you guys are in the Graying Wildlands. So
Okay.
Palebank Village is in the,
Oh, I
um,
see it. I
but
see it
yeah,
right there in that little tiny. Okay.
yeah. So the continent of Wildmount is huge.
Right.
Islecross is across the ocean a bit, but
Hmm.
yeah, your guys' tiny little village, which is why I kind of gave you the Graying Wildlands map as well as the world map, so you guys can
Hmm.
see both aspects of like zoomed in on where you are as well as everything else. Like, and Argus isn't actually here, but unless you like, and we can totally discuss this off camera at all, but like Alwyn, if you're wanting to have gone anywhere else, same thing for Typhongelos in the whole continent of Wildmount. You can totally let me
Hmm.
know, and I can give you like lore on that information, um,
Hmm.
off session on what you guys
Right.
know. Um, but like like we did that for Argus for going
Hmm.
to, the Library of the Cobalt Soul and
Hmm.
experiencing some stuff. So, um, yeah, we can totally.
Well, I would either be for the Provo Wilderness or Sevalar Wood.
Okay.
That would be
Um,
the two places where I probably was where I was born and raised.
okay. Yeah, we can definitely, I can give
Okay.
you lore information about those places.
Okay.
Obviously, that could take me like a whole hour, so I'm not going to do it on
Sure.
stream, but
Hmm.
we'll definitely fix that post session. So,
I think as well, kind of like once we get back and Alwyn and Arden kind of ask their question of like, where am I from? Typhon will also kind of look at them and just say, I come higher from in the mountains over in uh, Kravarad. That is where I'm from.
from
Just
where?
Kravarad over like north, like
Yeah.
just north of Cinderest Sanctum.
Okay.
Yeah. So southeast
And
of Palebank Village.
yeah, southeast.
Okay, so you're
Uh,
local ish.
Yeah,
yeah.
local-ish. I would have felt, especially with the trade that we do, I would have like taken stuff pretty much from everything from Uthadurn, the Cinderest, not the Cinderest Sanctum specifically, but Uthadurn, Euryalus, Mythborough, and maybe like this is the first time I've ever gone to Palebank Village, and like maybe my orders from Uthadurn.
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Hmm.
But in
Um,
any case, I come from Kravarad. It's good conditions up there to keep the little uh, burrows up there nice and happy out in the snow, as well as a high enough altitude to keep away pretty vicious predators.
any other
Where's my
questions you guys
person?
have?
Um, I know that we're going to be going to Shady Creek Run, correct? Or
Uh,
that's where the other party is going.
You don't know. You guys are waiting on Erlo to reach out to his contacts
Okay.
to see what he tells you in the morning because he told you he needed to reach out to them to see like what's going on, if they
Hmm.
have any
Oh,
information, and where you guys were headed next.
Right.
If you guys want to go to Shady Creek Run and like leave this area altogether, you can. Um,
Well, I'm just asking because I know Argus has been there. So we would, about how many days travel would it be from us to go from Palebank Village to Shady Creek Run?
so Shady Creek Run is in, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's south of the Blooming Grove.
It
Yes.
is very far.
It's super far. Like,
Okay.
you could probably spend months getting there.
Okay.
probably not gonna go there then.
So,
At least not anytime soon.
No.
um,
Um,
because yeah, you have mountain passes to get over and all sorts of things. And not
Well.
including dangerous woodland treachery
Mhm.
and all that. So,
so
I think I
let's
might
see.
wait until Ardian leaves to talk to Stefandros about this because if it's going to take several months to get there and back, I am very concerned about Ardian's parents. If it would take that long and what
well,
condition they would be in.
Well, but from what you know,
Mhm.
Shady Creek Run doesn't have anything to do with this.
Well,
Like,
yes, but the other party, I think that's where they were planning to go to try and find or trying to see if they can create a cure with the
that's
sample they
no,
have.
they said that's where home is. Their
Oh, oh,
home
oh,
is in Shady Creek Run.
oh.
So if you
Okay.
guys, like they're gonna stick around in here
Mhm.
until you guys find a cure. If you
Oh,
guys fail to find
oh.
a cure, then they are gonna go to Shady Creek Run and try and figure it out for themselves.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was their plan.
Yeah.
But that okay, and I get where that confusion came in, and I'm so sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's where that comes into
Okay.
play. You guys, like I said, you can definitely visit there. But they're not in a hurry to leave here because they want
Mhm.
to cure both of the sisters that have this disease and to fix it. So, and they're kind of relying on you guys at the moment to aid them in that since they have no information.
They're asking a lot, but okay.
They are, but you
So,
guys
Fargo
agreed
still
to it, so it's whether you
Yep.
guys want to like be honorable to that or not, but
Yeah. No pressure.
no pressure.
um, so in the pub, Ardian goes up to the bar and orders food to go.
Okay. Do you guys want me to pull up the map for the Jolly Dwarf?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Um, I will move you guys to that, and we will load that map up. As it takes forever to load. At least for me, anyways. But
Mhm.
yeah, so
On my screen, I'm in 2 different places at once.
um,
And I need the token as well.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't see Evandrolos in the Jolly Dwarf.
got it.
Yeah,
Suddenly he appears.
Yep.
But it's so weird. I can see my token at the bar, but then I can also see like a grayed out, or not grayed out, but like shadowed out version of my token outside the bar by the front door.
It's weird because I don't see.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
don't know
that
if anyone
either.
else sees it, but I do for some
Okay.
reason.
I do not, so maybe that's a roll 20 glitch. But yeah. Um,
you would also ask the questions about why I'm blue, yeah?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, I would like to know. Yes.
Allow me to ask you, why are you flesh colored?
We
Alwyn
got you
doesn't know how
there.
to answer that because I mean he's an elf, so and well, as a wood elf, he's naturally tan for his, for being an elf, but he's still fairly on the pale. He's on the paler side. So he looks at it and says, it's a good question.
I only tease. Uh, my lineage is a very interesting one. Um, there are not many of like myself out there. Uh, I was born to a tiefling mother and a Goliath father.
At this point, Alwyn is now interested because he's trying to, with his knowledge of breeding, as far as producing livestock and stuff. He's pulling out like the salt and pepper shaker. So it says, so your father was here, your mother's here, and that makes you like this.
It
He's trying
explains
to,
why I have. Oh, go ahead.
he's trying to piece together the process.
Yes, it explains why I have the horns that come out the sides of my head and the tail that I also have.
I also, while I'm waiting for my
Oh,
food, ask him where he's from, since I don't think anyone has asked him that yet.
Yeah, not fully yet. Uh, Typhonulus just kind of looks and almost like he's like remembering back to like a long, long memory that he has held so close to him. He goes, "I am from a town about south of here, uh, called Kravarad. It is north of Uthadurn, the place where my paladin order is."
So your family is from there, or is that where you live?
That is where I had been before I was sent out here to Palebank. I had stopped by Kravarad earlier on my way over to see my family again, but I do live in Kravarad, but also serve the order over in Uthadurn.
Hmm.
I'm sure Elwin has more questions, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't know how to ask them without it seeming like weird or pointed. As far as like, so if you have a child and they have, will they have horns? Will they have a tail?
You could definitely ask to see how he responds.
He's gonna just sit on that for a later day. So one evening or sitting around the campfire with nothing to do, the questions will come out again.
Lots of
If there are any
questions
more
to be
questions,
asked.
if there are any other questions you may have, feel free to ask. I am generally an open book, as they say.
So, what originally brought you here?
I was more or less ordered to come here to observe the strange situations that were happening here over in Bellbank. I had heard that there had been some individuals obtaining some strange illness that the Order wanted to know about. So I was the one that was readily available because I lived so close to Palevank before.
Hmm.
They decided to send me just so that we had made it a little bit easier.
Just to do a quick pause, just to let you guys know, T-Bone just let me know that, or Tyler just let me know that he's on his way home.
Cool.
Good.
Awesome.
Woo! We'll have him
Yeah.
That'll
back.
be perfect
Yeah.
timing.
It's
I can stop
we're almost
NPCing
at break,
Argus.
so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Um, alrighty. So, uh, assume you guys would have eaten during this time. So,
Hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
Arl would have had soup prepared. Um, let's see. We're gonna roll some stuff for NPCs. Whew! uh,
Hmm.
This place becomes crowded pretty quickly.
no, this is a good thing. I have a feeling that Nico knows what this is.
I
Um,
do. I do.
yeah. I
Uh-oh.
like to
Pretty
know
good.
this is good.
This
This
is
is not
really
a
good,
bad
actually.
thing. So, this is a really cool thing that I like to add. So,
Hmm.
and then I need to roll that. As you guys are eating the soup that Arl makes, it tastes amazing. Um, like the vegetables are on point, they're perfectly tender,
Hmm.
the meat that's in there is on point, and you guys gain 5 temporary hit points for the next 24 hours.
Ooh.
So
I
you
haven't
can put
had
that on
soup
your
this good
character
in
sheet.
so long.
um, Arl, Argus, they kind of just like smirk at each other and they go, "Yeah, we did a good thing." Since they kind of tag teamed this over the last couple hours on making some stuff and um, eating. So hopefully nobody's vegetarian.
Oh no, no.
So,
I'll have been surviving the forest a
Arden
long time.
is going to call it a night, and he's going to take 2 soups to go, and he is going to head back to his shop.
So what do you put them in to keep it?
Um,
Like, are you wanting to take a tankard and try and like use that or because there's no Tupperware.
Well, there's bowls.
There's bowls.
Right.
That won't necessarily keep for an extended period of time. Like it'll
I'm
probably
just taking it home
freeze.
to my parents.
Oh, you're taking it to your parents. Okay, gotcha,
Right,
gotcha.
right.
Sorry, I thought you were wanting to like put it in your knapsack, and I was like, how are you gonna do that?
There's put two
I just
bowls
imagine
into my
scooping
knapsack
with a
and just go, it's
just
good there.
glug,
Yeah,
glug.
yeah. It'll
Pour it
it'll
in there.
it'll stay warm enough to make your parents have the same revitalized effects walking over there if you walk over there hurried. Um,
I hurriedly grab two bowls and walk away quickly.
okay. I kind of want to make you do a dexterity saving throw while you're walking
Yeah.
across like snow and patches of ice, but hmm,
I would say
nah,
yes.
it's fine. It's fine.
Oh,
I'll be nice. You get your soup back to your poor sickly parents and your stressed out mom. Like, I'll be nice to her today.
all right.
um,
I'm poor and sickly, dude.
I would
Wanted
feel
him
like
not
an
getting
asshole.
I would love to see Ardian like about to walk in with the soup. He's made it all this way, and the door just opens smack right in the face, and just soup on the ground. He's like,
And he begrudgingly walks back
I
to
guess
get
more.
more. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so there's tons of rooms. You guys can head up the stairs. Argus would obviously offer his hospitality. I'm gonna assume free of charge. Uh, so since you guys are all partied together, I feel like that
Well,
would
we're
be
all
something
friends
Tyler
here.
would
It's
do.
free, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of we can retcon that if Tyler goes, but I have a feeling that he'd be fine with it. So,
Right.
I mean, I did save his life.
right, that's part of it too. So go ahead and pick whichever rooms you guys want to stay in upstairs, and yeah, you guys can
choose
take a
this
good.
one.
I was about to say I walk in like I'm gonna take this one, but before I know it, I've turned around and Defandrelos has just thrown himself back. This is wonderful.
And you see Argus like walk up the stairs shortly after you guys and goes, no, this one's mine. I am the proprietor. You guys need to leave. And you see like his personal effects, and he has like vials of potions and like his knickknacks in here, and like his desk is coated with like wizard stuff. So he's like, you guys go. Pick a different room.
No, mine. Go.
Yeah,
My
just falls
sincerest
into his
apologies.
brain, he's like, yeah, this will do nicely.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take this one then.
So yeah, you guys all find your respective rooms. At some point during like a couple hours later, you hear like dwarven footsteps up the thing, and as he like grumbles into his own space, and you guys all head down for the night, and yeah, Ardian, you deliver the soup to your parents. Your mom and pa are extremely grateful. They feel a little bit better, at least temporarily. You have some good laughs. You kind of make a bed for yourself, and your parents lay down, and everybody gets all cozy. And we'll just flash forward to the morning unless anybody has anything else they want to have happen during the night. But
I just realized that I'm at 15 HP out of 28.
yeah, so this is considered a long rest. This is where you guys are leveling up to 3. All hit points are restored, all spell slots are restored. You guys will add that 5 HP temporary hit dice. And yeah, everything's back to what it was before you guys were in combat. So but with that, we are going to take our like 10, maybe 15-minute break, and kind of give Tyler a chance to hop in here. And so I'm going to pause the stream for right now. For anybody that is watching or on a break, thank you guys for joining us. We will be back here in like 10 to 15 minutes.
Sounds good.
That's right.
Right, and we are back. So, everybody gets their long rest. Everybody leveled up to level 3, which we already did before the session. But, yeah, so, because DM planning, it means that I knew that stuff was coming ahead of time. Bing, bing. So, yeah, you guys wake up in the morning. I would ask Argus, like, how comfortable do you keep your space at night? Does Arl stoke the fires? But he's still not here yet.
He's
So
almost here.
I'm gonna make an assumption that he kept it decent, but I would say probably like 60 degrees with fires in like heat coals by your beds and stuff that got like replaced if you wanted them to, but cold but not freezing to death. So between the furs and your cold winter gear and everything else. So you guys wake up in the morning, don your gear back on if you want, put your cold weather gear on over your armor, except for Argus, who doesn't wear armor. And Ardian's the only one that's still not in the Jolly Dwarf. So what's the plan, you guys?
So I head off from the shop, head toward the Jolly Dwarf.
Okay.
To meet them.
About what time do you guys wake up?
Well, I've probably been awake like at least for 3 hours. It's
Okay.
a health thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So I hear people moving out and around the hallway, then I get up and wander out.
Is there anything you would have done specifically in the morning, like as part of your morning routine, or just kind of like hanging out?
Stretch, do my crunches, do my sit-ups, do my push-ups. About 3 sets of 100.
Pull up bars on the door frame, like yeah, all that.
Practice those climbing skills, just holding onto the ledge with the fingers for a while, just getting hands like timber.
Like the demonic child that like upside down spider walks like there's Spider-Man. Oh my god, that'd be great. If you ever take like spider walk as a spell or something, I would just die.
That would be awesome.
Just to jump in real quick, Tyler's trying to join in.
Perfect.
But he's having internet issues.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
It keeps telling him that it won't load the website.
Lovely. All right. Well, tell him if he can at least join Discord. We can.
Right. At least
we can at least do the rest of it. So.
The way we can kind of get it going.
But yeah, so you do that. Typhongelos, I assume you come downstairs.
Yeah, I would come downstairs, and I'm pretty sure that while All was doing his morning routine workout, at some point you probably would have heard Rococo probably scratching at the door a bit.
I gotta go, man.
Dad, I need to go pee. Yeah. And then Ardian, you would have come back to the Jolly Dwarf, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Making my lane.
I'm gonna say that Argus comes downstairs too. As you guys are like getting situated, getting some breakfast from Arl, like getting sorted for the day. At around 9 o'clock, Erlo walks in, and you kind of hear like the shuffling of the feet at the door and the scruffing, and then the doors swing open, and in a blast of cold air comes through, and then he quickly shuts it behind him, trying to preserve the heat of the fires that Arl has started out of respect, and goes, well, good morning. And you see the look on his face is like one of tentativeness and kind of like approaching you guys cautiously. Like he clearly has news, but he's not sure how it's going to be received.
Uh-oh.
So, and I wish Tyler was here already. But basically, he sits down at the bar and he kind of gets a feel for the room, and if you guys are ready to hear what he has to say.
Erlo, you look troubled. Is there something you wish to tell us?
He kind of looks towards Arl and goes, "Can I get a cup of something warm?" And he goes, "Yeah," and he slides him like a cup of warm mulled wine. I can English, I swear to God.
Yeah.
So Erlo tells you that I have arranged passage for you guys to Islecross. And you reckon, like, Alwyn, Typhongelos, Artie, and even, you guys know of this place. Alwyn, you've been there. Like, you've been there with Ergon. Excuse me. So, and it kind of seems odd that he's secured you passage, but he continues to talk, and he tells you, I reached out to Morgo Delwer. And you guys don't recognize this name, but this person, he explains, is one of my good friends. She's a mountain dwarf that's lived in Sinrilia for years. What she knows when I had sent her a message last night is that this stuff had to have come from the Aor ruins in Islecross. And you know this to be true, Alwyn. You just don't remember where. So this information doesn't seem misinformed to you. So he goes, I'm going to allow you to use the Remoraz, which is our ship that the Glassblades and our city owns, to travel to Sinrilia. And you don't recognize what this is, but it's an outpost. He explains, like, this is an outpost on Islecross. You should talk to Morgul Duler and Orvo Mustav, and they have gone on missions with Ergon before, and they might have more information for you guys as to where he found these vials of this disease that's ransacking our town. And they might have information on the cure.
And we're supposed to meet with Morgel. What's the last name?
So you have Orvo Mustav as a point of contact. And he doesn't have very much information about this person. And then also Morgo Duler is who his contact was that he was talking to. He says they call this disease frigid woe. While they haven't had cases there in a long time of people that have died, they have had it go on before in Sinrilia. It's not unheard of, but it is rare. Is that Tyler? It is! Yay!
Yay!
Yay, you're another
Tyler!
party!
Hey guys.
Hey!
Hey there.
Good to have you. I'm going to give you a very brief recap. So, we pretty much haven't done a lot, but the party went and checked out Ergon's cabin, didn't find anything of note. Ardian helped his parents clean up the mess, established getting the dead bodies taken care of for Virla and for the other guys that you guys killed inside Pelk's Curiosities. And we had a long rest inside the Jolly Dwarf. You guys are sitting down to have breakfast. And Erlo is discussing with you that he has his point of contacts that he talked to last night about going to search Aor ruins in Islecross. So Islecross is the region, Sinrilia is the country. or not the country, the city, yeah, and which is an outpost on the island, one of the islands of Islecross. And you guys are going to go talk to Orvo Mustav and Morgo Delware. He doesn't know who Orvo is, but Morgo is the elf, or the dwarf, that he knows from that area. And he continues to explain, like, I know Morgo knew Ergon, so she should be able to help you guys. At least is my hope. And that you can bring the cure back here to us before more of our citizens die. Will you guys go? I have to stay here, or I would go myself.
Ardigan's up for it.
Okay. Everybody on board?
I'm on board, yeah, because I know that there's other people in the village that are probably affected, and we need to save as many people
I
as
have
we
a
can.
main interest because of my parents.
Yeah. He looks at you guys and goes, well, you're in your... Did everybody get in their cold weather gear this morning? Yes. Okay. He looks at you and goes, well, it looks like you're prepared for the trip already, which is good. It will take you 9 days to get to Cerelia. So I suggest you grab things you need before you leave.
Got food already.
Yeah.
If only we had some more food.
Well, you got 7 rations. You guys can take some time to go hunting if you want. That's definitely an option.
Go to?
I mean,
Waffle houses.
you guys know from living in Palebank and with it being a small village that like Argus specifically knows this too, is that Arl goes hunting every morning. Whatever he catches for the day is what you cook for the day. So it's kind of like there's not a grocery store-esque that like you could go. Yeah, there's not really anything like that. You guys can definitely go hunting if you want to take a couple hours, see what you can find.
I guess. I would attempt that. There's
definitely woods that you can go hunting in.
I think Alwyn would volunteer to go out hunting for everybody. He says, "Oh, I am the elf. I am the ranger. I can handle this."
There's also you would like Argus would know this specifically too, is that there is fishing poles and you guys can go ice fishing. So if that's something that you guys want to like split up and do.
I have access to a falcon and an owl, so.
So who wants to go hunting?
I'll go ahead and
catch some rabbits really
I was going to say, maybe we should all go hunting independently and see what we bring back. I mean, not that it's a competition or anything.
It's definitely a competition. Get way
oh
more
my god.
Than you.
It just became a testosterone fest up in this. So, everybody, I'm going to make you do multiple rolls. So,
okay.
Technically, I have a promise I have to make up for first.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, that's right.
So, I looked at all of them, and Typhonlos goes, well, the 3 of you are trying to measure things that I'm sure that are probably scrunching up in this cold. I have a promise I need to fulfill first.
Yeah, so do you take this moment to, like, post-breakfast leave? And the person, like, is waiting for you downstairs while you guys are having this conversation, too, and kind of, you go to leave, and he follows you out, and you go to Tolgi's cabin, and they're still sitting there, like, the door's closed as you arrive, but there's still fire out the chimney. What? As you hear come up to the door, and, like, peeks it open and goes, oh, and she swings it open. Come in, just like enough because you're such a big person that she lets you through the door and then shuts it behind you. Goes, do your thing, and she's incredibly impatient, snippy this morning, like someone who hasn't had their coffee yet.
I'll kind of adjust my gauntlets across my hands and just kind of give her a warm smile and just kind of have that patience, like understanding what it means that a family member is very ill and they just want them to be better.
Mm-hmm.
So Typhon will also kind of go up towards her and look over her condition. How is she looking?
I mean, she has the same like blue ice up through the face that you saw Halil had before you cast your cure disease lay on hands that kind of retracted it a little bit. So yeah, she's not looking great. But
I'll kind of look her over and be like, all right, hopefully this should ease some of your pain. And I kind of take both of my gauntleted hands, put one hand on each side of her face.
and she kind of looks at her sister when you're doing this and is like, is this okay? And her sister nods and lets you continue.
And as I kind of like whisper something underneath my breath, the holy symbol that is kind of around my neck kind of begins to shift and whirl a bit from this almost ice-like energy that becomes more warm with divine as it travels through my upper shoulders, down my arms, into my hands, kind of slowly dumping 5 points of my lay on hands into it to try to bring the disease back from where it is.
Yeah, you see the like blue veins in her face like retract away from her eyes and down, like retract below her chin and like down underneath the collar of her neck, and like the same thing from her hands as it retracts up to her collar sleeves and disappears a little bit. You don't know exactly how far it goes because she is wearing long sleeve shirts, but she just kind of looks at you and this like relief of feeling a little bit better, like, and you know from having done this the first time, it doesn't cure the disease, but it does postpone the effects. You don't know for exactly how long, but you have, for all intents and purposes, fulfilled what you had said you would do. And Halil looks at you and goes, you all are still going to go find that cure though, correct?
That is the hope. That is what my charge was for. I am here to help the weak. I am here to help those who cannot help themselves. I look to try to end suffering.
We will stay low again here and wait for y'all's return. But if we don't hear from you in 30 days, we will have assumed you guys died during your adventure, and we will find our own way to take care of this ourselves.
You do it as you wish.
And it almost sounds threatening with the way she's saying it, like she doesn't care who she tramples over to save her and her sister, but she will do whatever it takes.
But I kind of get that from my passive insight.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm giving it to you.
Gotcha. Typhon also kind of has to look down to look at her.
Yeah.
As he kind of like looks down on his large frame and so she just kind of, again, like, and normally, probably like for most people, Typhondulos doesn't really get the fact, like, he does, but in the essence of, like, he understands he's doing it for a family member, and then he knows when people are in duress, people can lose that kind of common courtesy that's around. But Typhondulos just kind of looks down, and a normal reaction would probably be someone being more defensive, but with Typhondulos, he kind of looks down and kind of looks her really like completely straight and stone-faced in the eyes at first, and almost like seems like he's going to say something threatening, but kind of smiles and chuckles to himself and just goes, I will do many a thing to protect my own family too. There is no need to be so hasty, especially in times like these. Having a clear head and mind and heart is what is important.
That's
much like with
easy
anything else.
for you to say when you don't have this disease. Now go.
As you
And
wish.
she's irritated still, but not necessarily directed at you, but just because of the things that are going on. But go and send word within the next month. Otherwise,
Yes.
I hope you and your party don't succumb to the wilderness. And she kind of says it with this like snide tone to her voice, like she hopes, like, she hopes you come back, but at the same time she's not holding her breath. Yeah. So as you leave, and we will switch gears to the other three that are wanting to have this mini competition of hunting. So, were you guys all going like bow hunting, or what's the plan?
Well,
Because I know Alwyn has a bow.
Right. I
Tyler
plan to do
is
some elk hunting or something like, yeah.
But I'm going to be hunting with a bow.
Necessarily trying to make a competition. I was just trying to be helpful with one of my summons. I can catch fish.
You can
with
go
an
ice
octopus
fishing.
summon. I
Okay.
can catch rabbits and things with one of my birds.
Yeah.
Alwyn needs little or no inclination to make this a competition. It's part of his
I'll be hunting
personality.
with my bow.
But I kind of feel like I have to beat you guys now. So
Okay. So if I understand right, Argus is ritual casting Find Familiar to use his familiar to aid in hunting, or to do the hunting for you?
I'd say a little both.
A little both. Okay, that's fair. What weapon and or spell are you wanting to use to hunt with? Because you don't currently have a bow and arrow.
Ice knife.
Ice knife? Okay. Alrighty. That's appropriate.
So I can't. That or magic missile.
However, and we can totally approach that. I just
load
kind of
everything.
wanted an idea if you were using spells or if you were going to try and staff hit them. So,
Probably use ice knife because it does AoE damage and it can preserve them.
it does damage if there's multiple targets. So, like, it'll
Right.
jump to the next one.
Yeah.
So, how I'm going to do
Gonna
this...
bonk some bunnies with your staff.
How I'm going to do this is... I had to do some dice rolls myself. Okay. That answers that.
Getting worried.
Getting worried.
Getting worried. So I need a couple of things. If you guys are stealthing and being sneaky, I need stealth checks from everyone.
Okay.
Fail.
Come on.
Steal.
Big money, big money, big money.
Ooh, nice.
I am the wind.
I am super stealthy.
11.
11. Okay. And Argus? Or was that Argus? Sorry, you guys' voices sounded really familiar at the moment.
Ardian got an 11.
Ardian got an 11. Argus, what was your stealth roll?
Having technical difficulties. I'm sorry. 1 second.
No, you're totally fine. Do you want me to roll for you? Will that help, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me get to your sheet, and I will roll your stealth check for you.
There we go. I had to switch over and use my phone in Dex mode. We don't have Wi-Fi at any house yet. So.
Yeah, all good. You got a 13 for your stealth.
Nice.
So 11, 13, and 24. So...
Oh. He got a 24.
I'm gonna say you guys, like, spread out, like, 15 feet each apart from each other, like, in the forest near the Pale Bake Village. Like, you guys just kind of... And you guys, for Argus and Ardian, Richard, for all intents and purposes, disappears. Like, you do not see him anywhere. Like...
Oh, that's cheating.
He's just, like...
Yeah.
Something. So, Richard...
Not there.
describe to me, like, Are you moving, or are you like nestling down in the snow, or how did you become so sneaky?
Um, I think I just got really low, and when the wind blew like a little bit of the snow up, a little bit of the fluff in the air, I kind of basically jumped at the right time into it and just kind of disappeared like behind a bush or a shrub into the undergrowth.
Okay, cool. Um,
Canvas
for
snow.
Ardian and Argus, are you guys kind of exploring, or are you kind of like hiding in a bush too?
I'm kind of slowly exploring, kind of looking for anything that might be possible food.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
slowly creeping forward and away.
I gotta roll this again. Okay. So you and do not laugh at me for this, but you guys are think you're hidden. Richard, you definitely know you're hidden. Um, but you just hear this sounds, and it's supposed to be a moose. Don't judge me. I
Okay.
suck at this. Um, but yeah, so off like 30 feet from you guys are two moose. Moose? I don't know what the plural is for moose.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Meese.
Meese. Yeah. Two moose that are just standing there like um kind of looking about and like nomming on some berries.
Well, I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
Seems really rude, eh?
Really
Big
rude, eh?
big summer blowout.
Oh, hey, there's someone sneaking up there, eh?
So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a surprise round. Mostly because you guys all rolled higher than their passive perceptions. So good job. And then after that, we'll kind of roll initiative if we need to. So, um, yeah, Ardian had said first, so if everybody's good with that, I'll let him take a shot.
Can I also make one quick thing of a point of order as well?
Sure.
While this is all happening, as they're all doing this, would I be able to take Rococo and myself and just go ice fishing, say, as they're going to go hunt? Typhon's also like, well, I better not go along. I'm not the most quiet. Fishing will be good for me.
Yeah, you can totally like talk to Arl, grab a fishing pole, go out, and there's like specific ice holes like already dug out in the ice lake. And
Yeah,
totally go
well,
ice
okay.
fishing.
I'm just going to take a little basket and just be like, okay, let's go.
Sure.
Well, tonight is not my night for rolling high numbers.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. Okay. So,
Were you shooting a bow or?
Shooting a bow, yeah.
Okay.
It's good for being impatient.
yeah, so that misses, and you see one of the moose just like turn and look at you, and now it sees you. Who wants to go next? Argus or Alwyn?
I'll go next.
Okay.
And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna burn one of my first new spells. I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship.
Of course you are.
No, you're not gonna befriend him and then murder him.
Can't name it.
Does that work on just one?
Let's say I believe it's so. It's let's see, a beast. Yeah. So, and the creature has to have an intelligence of 4 or less.
Oh yeah, no, they're dumb as posts. Okay.
He's as dumb as a poop.
It's a wisdom save.
Yes.
15.
Ooh. The spell
Wow.
DC is 11, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a large moose.
So this moose, like, you hold. What kind of like food do you hold out for it? Like some berries that you grabbed off a tree, or like?
No, like a little bit of like a granola stick, something that has like some molasses and some uh, you know uh, oats and things like that in it, like num 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 num
Okay.
num.
And is this
Ooh.
the moose that Ardian shot at?
I
Or
would
is this the
say
other one?
I would say yes. It's the one he shot at in the hopes that we can keep both and don't lose them both. So hopefully I
Okay.
can calm the one that has been shot at.
So this is for flavor at the moment and will be on his turn once we start combat, but he just like starts taking off towards you. Um, so,
Oh no! Oh no!
Argus, what are you doing for your turn before we roll initiative?
He lets it happen. Just watches.
Being
Mm.
very scared of a giant moose.
Well, it's not charging
I
you.
think
It's
I'll
charging me.
um I think I'll hold my action and be very still.
I so I look a little bit over at Argus and he's just standing perfectly still. And I'm just like, Argus, Argus.
I'm like the guy off of Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, if I do not move, they cannot see me.
Invisible.
Um, okay, so you're just holding?
Yes.
Okay. Um, and I'm sorry I had to deal with something, but what exactly are you holding your action for?
A nice knife.
An ice knife for
But
one of them to get
I can't.
within range or to approach you or
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
That
So,
or something dangerous happened to my friend. I don't want him to get hurt too bad.
Hmm.
perfect. So I need everybody to roll initiative for me at this point.
Those two,
All right,
those two
yeah.
moose roll a
Horrible
19 and an 18.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh my. If you guys get hurt by a bunch of moose, oh man.
I'm gonna get hurt by some moose.
When when it lands on the B on the die, that's a crit, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I got 22.
Nice. Okay. And Ardian, what'd you get?
I got a poopy 9
9. Okay. Uh,
because my numbers are not on my side tonight.
so at the top of the initiative order is Argus.
Great.
All right.
So your
I have
ice
to do
knife,
something.
your ice knife that you were holding, I will let you um, release before you take your turn, since you rolled at the top of the initiative order. So if you want to let that go first, you can, and choose Moose 1 or Moose 2 on which one you're hitting.
I'll go for the charging moose.
Charging Moose. All right, that's the one that's headed towards Alwyn. So
Hmm.
go ahead and roll your to hit for your ice knife.
6, 22.
22, that'll hit.
Nice.
Total damage 12.
12 damage. Nice. Yeah, that's a lot.
And then doesn't it have like a dex save type
Yeah,
thing
if there's
with it?
one within 5 feet, but they're not
Okay,
within
yeah,
5
yeah,
feet
that's
of
what
each
it was.
other, so. Um, so yeah, Moose 1 goes charging at Alwyn, and its movement speed.
It says the target and each creature within 5 feet of it
Hmm.
must succeed a dex throw or take 2d6.
Oh, okay.
Does that include Alwyn?
So no, he fails. So go ahead and roll your 2d6.
6, 2, roll to everyone.
And side note, totally unrelated, but I apologize.
8.
Does anybody know how to like block someone off of your YouTube chat?
No.
I do not.
I can't say I've ever had to do that.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm not sure either. But I
So
just
always
had
look it up on
someone.
YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to figure that out because this guy was being extremely rude. Which is not okay. And yeah, I don't know. I can't figure it out, but I'll just put him in timeout again. But yeah, so okay, back to that because people are jerks.
I just looked it
Mouse
up.
over the message, click more, click block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
If
have
you're on
that.
if you're on an Android or an iPad, it's different. You gotta tap the message, tap block.
Hmm.
No, I'm on my computer.
It should hover over, and the thing should pop up. It has a little tag that says more.
Hmm.
Maybe right click the message.
All I can do is hide his messages in the future.
Hmm.
So, I don't know. That's good enough for me.
That might just be a reworded way of blocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
A nicer way of saying it.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Hmm.
But yeah, okay, so the 2d6, what was the total damage for that?
8.
8? Okay. So yeah, that guy's not super happy with you at the moment. And then you can take, so that was your held action. So you can go ahead and take your normal turn of what you're after.
Atlanta.
Yeah, you get 2 turns because you have a nice DM that lets you
Hmm.
throw your held action before your turn.
And now I'm being charged by a wounded running moose. Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Kind of stammering as he's running.
let's go with. I don't. Well, I guess I'll ice knife again.
Okay. Do it again.
15 to hit. Oh
That
wait, no,
hits.
that's total damage. 21 to hit, 15 total damage.
Oh, yeah. Describe how your ice knife kills this moose.
Well, I take him out the correct way, just behind the front flank,
Hmm.
little high, through the heart. Save the
Okay.
team.
So, Alan, you're staring there like wide-eyed after your animal friendships spell failed,
Right.
and you just see ice knife go flying through the air, and then another one, and you look to your right, and you see Argus like throw both these things, and it
Uh-huh.
just like lets out this moose sound of pain
Uh-huh.
because I'm not recreating that again because that was terrible
Right.
the first time, and this moose, just because he was in a full gallop towards you,
Hmm.
just like lands on its side and skids 10 feet, and you see like a trail of blood behind it in
I'm
the
gonna
snow
say,
white
I'm gonna
grounds.
say, who's not a hunter now, and have my falcon land on my arm and go make its noise.
I,
Yeah.
I am glad I have a nice DM and didn't say that there's several hundred pounds of moose meat flying at me and make me roll a dex save to avoid not getting hit by that.
You can suck up to me, it's okay. um but yeah, so number one's dead. And that ends. Argus, are you moving at all, or are you staying put?
I'm gonna try to hide from the other moose, I think.
Okay. So you're not a rogue, so I unfortunately can't let you roll another stealth check. But you can like sit in the snow if you want.
Gonna very like Homer Simpson slide into a bush.
Yeah.
Hunker down.
Um, so as you do that, the second moose comes charging at you.
I knew it.
You're the one that did the most. So he runs at you. This is gonna be so bad. So you see him like put his like his head down. And does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This is gonna hurt. I'm so
Ooh.
sorry. So that's 9 points of piercing damage as he rams his head into your gut.
Oh.
And then I need a strength saving throw from you. As you take an additional 4 points of damage from him, like, hitting you again with his head.
Word. 14.
14. That was exactly what you needed. So you, like, manage to, like, grab onto this moose's horns as he, like,
Can I ride it?
hits you, and you, like, grab on and you hold on to it to keep from being knocked over by his attack. And that ends his turn. So, Alwyn, it is now your turn.
Okay. Well,
Oh, I'm gonna get the damage.
let me just take a quick look at something.
Oh, jeebus.
Let's see. So I'm gonna shoot an arrow at him, but as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike on it. So
Okay.
First, we're gonna, and I'm going to rolling because I hate that digital dice roller.
Go for it. I don't mind.
Look at
I
that.
just am using it
All
because
right.
I forgot my dice
That's
in my car.
Yeah, that's a 13.
13. That hits.
That hits. Okay.
Mm.
And we're gonna do plus 5. That's 9 points of damage.
9 points. Okay.
And then as a bonus action, we're gonna throw Ensnaring Strike,
Okay.
which has a, let's see, I think it's a attack save.
I got an 11.
It's a you have to roll. It's the DC is 11 on that.
Okay, so I just passed.
Mm-hmm. So I
The
think
dex
that means
save
you
for-
take. Yep. Doesn't do any additional damage then or anything like that.
Okay.
So the vines kind of come out of the ground. They try and grab onto it, but it's too strong and they just wither away.
Okay. Yeah.
Ardian, don't let go.
Are you moving anywhere? Or are you staying put?
I think I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
So it's Argus that has a hold of it,
Oh, okay. Ardian.
not
Sorry.
Ardian.
So many A's.
Yeah, I know. You guys did this to yourselves. And to me, but mostly to yourselves. 'Cause I'm getting the hang of it. Ardian, your turn.
Let's see here. Honest, I got kind of distracted by that dude. So, what's happened?
So what you see is one dead moose that is 10 feet
Okay.
from Alwyn, and then the first moose died by 2 ice knives from Argus, and that's how it like skid and landed 10 feet from Alwyn, and then the other one took a Was it an arrow? God, why am I forgetting all of a sudden?
Yeah, he got hit by an arrow.
Yeah, hit by an arrow, and took a shot and took some damage, and so has an arrow sticking out of its like leg. And Alwyn's just kind of sitting there with his bow like down at his side, and it's your turn. So
Well, I'm gonna fire off another arrow. Again, I'm gonna attempt to this time.
go for it.
Hopefully, we'll actually hit.
Let me know. What
I
you...
roll a 15.
That hits. So how much damage?
6 points of damage.
Okay. Are you moving? I'd say you're about like 10 feet from this moose.
I am going to stay still.
Okay. We're back up at the top of the round, so Argus, your turn.
Okay. I know you see the house fly. I know you see the horse fly. Maybe even a super fly. Have you ever seen a moose fly?
Oh my
God!
You don't. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, so this moose just like starts floating up in the air as you. Yeah, thanks for making the sound for me. I appreciate that a lot. So you levitate this moose. How high do you levitate him up in the air?
The full 20.
The full 20? Okay.
Oh,
So you guys just see this moose like that was on the ground and took the arrow, and then all of a sudden he just starts floating, and you see Argus just like moving his hands, and clouds like coming out of his hands and raising this moose up off the ground. Do you do anything else on your turn?
How was the moose taking this?
Oh, he is pissed. Not
Moves are
happy.
just trampling wildly in the air.
Not happy noises coming
Yeah.
out of this moose
Yeah,
at the
I
moment.
think I'll, can I say I slid off the moose as he rose, first of all?
As you raise
Oh,
both
yeah.
yourself and him into the sky.
I'd rather not ride the moose into the night.
Yeah, you like sidestep around this moose as you like cast it, your spell, and it up it goes, and it like
You
um
don't want to repeat.
you know
Yeah.
I am gonna give it an attack of opportunity though, because you are raising it 20 feet out of its range, so even though that's vertical, so it's gonna like swipe a hoof at you. Yeah, no. Stray hoof. Just whoosh and nothing. So, that ends Argus's turn while you're concentrating on that spell. The moose can't do anything. So, Alwyn, your turn. I
I can't jump that high, can I?
hate when you guys do this to me.
Yeah.
What did
I
you
was
ask
hoping it
though?
wasn't that high because, in my mind, if I cut it just right, I can splash him with blood as it dies. But it's too high for me to get to.
So you can shoot bows at it, but it is out
Yeah.
of melee range, if that's
Right.
what you're asking.
He just wants
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
somebody bloody again.
Exactly. It's he's got his beautiful clouds underneath it. All of a sudden, just goes and splashes blood all over him. But yeah, it's too far
I'm
away.
trying to do you a favor and you trying to make me look
I
bad,
did
sir.
I didn't say that.
You take this gift and you appreciate it, sir.
In my mind, I see this. What happens? It happens. So I shoot an arrow at it. That's a. That's 14.
That'll hit.
Okay. And that's only 7 points of damage.
Only.
Only. Is it still alive?
It is still alive. It's hurt, but it is alive.
So I still have a chance.
Are you saying there's a chance?
It's still
You have a
alive.
chance to
Are you doing anything
finish
else?
off my victim.
Are you doing anything else?
Oh, me? I don't think there's anything else I can do.
I'm just asking just to make sure.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, I'm done.
Ardian.
Well, I'm gonna shoot off another bow or arrow.
Okay.
Don't know bow. Ooh. Well, I definitely didn't hit it because got an 8.
Yeah, that unfortunately misses, like trying to aim in between the hooves that are still like flailing around and its head and stuff. You just kind of like, phew, and it goes right between some of its horns. Argus, your turn again.
I'm gonna yawn. You guys really wear me out. Can't carry you all day.
All you did was look in the air.
With the crit,
Oh my god, no shit, with what?
the nice knife.
With an ice knife? Oh my god,
Total
roll.
damage 13, crit damage 16.
Oh my god. Yeah, so how do you want to do this?
Same way. I'm
Poetic
gonna
justice.
slowly bring the moose
Man.
down to the ground. I'm gonna say, calm down, fella. Calm down. As soon as his feet are about to hit the ground, bam!
Just,
Bam!
just like shove the knife in and twist. As the light leaves this moose's eyes, and you just like watch it kind of crumple to the floor. You guys have 2 dead moose
Mm-hmm.
at your disposal. Both,
I was
both
getting
killed by the
spiteful of Argus,
squishy wizard.
I'm gonna say,
but that was
Yeah,
hard.
I'm
That's
gonna
hard.
take
I'll
down
give it to him.
Little
Yeah.
because I have 7
fucking
HP and I
wizard
need it
comes
now.
in and is all like, I've come to save everybody, and just freaking murders these freaking moose, and we're just like shooting arrows randomly all over the place.
All right.
I'll start, butchering up the carcasses, but yeah, Alwyn feels a little bit emasculated right now.
I
Just
just
a little
need
bit.
a really nice nap,
Yeah.
please.
All right, so I'm gonna say for the sake of brevity that you guys can decide what you want to do with the
Well,
moose meat. Do you want to take it back to the inn, to the Jolly Dwarf, or do you want to spend like a couple hours like making it into rations?
I think we'll just do a couple hours of making it into rations.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you guys work together to do that.
That'd be a bit
Arl
balanced.
kind of barks some orders as you guys are like tearing he's like you drag them over behind the inn and are like
Mhm.
skinning it and drying it out and everything,
Right.
preserving it,
I'm
and spend the next hours doing that.
Also going to help out the wizard,
Okay,
and heal him, or attempt to heal him,
Mhm.
sure.
if I can figure out where.
So giving you guys a heads up that you can take a short rest after you guys are done doing this, and you
Yeah, I gotta
can
do that.
expend your hit dice to replenish some of your HP if you want. And also for the wizard, you can use Arcane Recovery and recover both your spell slots that you use during this fight. That you can do once per long rest. So, if you want to do that in tandem, I'm going to kind of switch gears towards Typhongelus, who's ice fishing. So,
Nice to vary your diet.
I mean, I don't even necessarily... Typhongelus, roll me a d20. Because you're literally fishing in an ice thing and being patient for like an hour. So,
I'm just
8.
saying, if he crits, he should roll a D100.
I just pull a bunch of it's like the old glory of fishing holes.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
yeah, pretty much. So you get 8 fish. I'm gonna say that's 8 days of rations, so you can add that to your inventory. And you can bring it back as you kind of go around the backside of the inn. You see the 3 guys like tearing off the skin off the moose and like have chopped it up, and they're this bloody god awful mess at the back of
All over them. Arnold's
Do I
probably
see
standing
it?
on the back porch with his pipe saying, no, I got to cut it right there. Cut it over there. Cut that piece off. That's good right there. That's good right there.
Do I
I
see
look a
Argus
mess.
is in pretty bad shape?
That's it. You should
Uh,
see the other guy.
yeah, you can tell that he's hurt, but you guys can let me know if you want to like expend spell slots to recover, or if you guys want to do a short rest, or however you guys want to do it. It doesn't matter to me.
I
Okay.
definitely probably need to rest because
Mhm.
I'm at 7 HP and I have 1 spell slot left. I blew everything on that.
Yeah.
One.
So yeah, you can use your arcane recovery if you want. Recover both your spell slots. Um, you roll your HP dice to regain hit points equal to that, and then if after Typhangelos wants to heal you, or Ardian wants to, it's up for game. However you guys want to do it.
Stefan will also look over to
I
Argus
already-
and say, "Oh, did you already heal him?"
I already called dibs on healing him.
This coming from the guy that didn't want to be the healer.
His
Well,
lack
I
of
gotta
hunting
do
skills.
something because I failed miserably at being a man. So
You're like, I have to fix this somehow.
Yep.
I
So
have
go
to-
ahead and roll your healing points for helping Argus.
I got 6 hit points.
6 hit points. And what's your magic look like as you cast your spell to heal him?
The green swirl of magic that comes from my hands and kind of swirls around him.
Okay. And you just feel a little pick me up as you feel a little bit better and recover your hit points. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you head off? I'm gonna. Ooh, hold on. Those creatures are large creatures. Spend a couple hours doing it. The three of you roll me a d20. Just a straight d20 roll.
Yeah. 5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So add 5 rations to your inventory for meat that you managed to save.
I got 9.
4.
So add 9 rations and then add 4 rations.
I can't.
So you guys haven't really done this before. So some of the meat got ruined. Arl's not very happy as he's barking orders at you guys, trying to be like, no, you don't do it that way. You do it this way. Like grumble, irritated.
Mm-hmm.
But he comes in and he goes, just get, and like tells you to go clean up, and he's gonna like save the rest of the meat to like put into the Jolly Dwarf for rations, so, and take care of the rest of it.
I whisper to Arby and I say, next time we should do it this way. We just like really screw it up, and he'll come out here and get really upset with us, and he'll do it for us.
Do you see this in front of him?
I'm whispering this to Ardian, like, hey, next time, we screw up a little bit, and he gets really upset. He'll come out and do the entire thing for us. It'll work. What could go wrong?
Katrina, I'll have to have you add those rations to mine. I can't edit my
Arl knows
inventory.
all. Never doubt that man.
Okay, so you need. Yours was 4 or 5?
Mine was 9.
9? Okay. Yeah, I got you. Everybody else is able to add theirs okay, or do I need to?
Hope I get it.
I think I'm the only one that can't because I'm using
16.
the app.
Okay, yeah. You're up to 16 total rations.
I don't know about T-Bone. I don't know if he's using, or Tyler, if he's using the Beyond 22 app as well, or...
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, do you need me to add your rations?
Because he won't be able to add
I
them
have
himself.
16, right?
Oh, that was me.
That was Ardian.
Oh, you got 16.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got 4.
Okay.
Boom.
So you
Got
are
it.
up to 14.
Dex mode, sir. This ain't no typical android.
Okay, cool. So,
42 pounds. That's heavy.
anything else you guys are doing before you all leave on your ship? Well, not your ship, but the Glass Blades and Arlo's ship to head off to Islecross.
As we all kind of gather our stuff together, I'll kind of, as we're inside the Jolly Dwarf again, I'll take Rococo out and put him on the table.
Just set him on the bar.
I have to
Yeah.
pet him. Someone.
Yeah, no. I don't think Arcus has seen Rococo yet, has he?
No, he is not.
Mm-mm. So, Argus, you see Typhondralos just like grab this puffy white thing that like squirms a little bit as he like sets it down gently on the thing and just like eyes open and it pops up and it stares at you and just like chitters a little bit and then just sits there. And like this cute puffy little thing.
So I have to ask Typhondralos, what is it that you feed him?
I feed them these, and he reaches into his pack and takes out another small. They look almost like really tiny miniature cinnamon rolls that have like become like dog treats into some capacity. They look like they're frosted with some weird kind of like ice magic of some sort, or even snow. And he kind of looks, Rococo, look, and you just watch Rococo kind of turn around and he goes, "You ready for your snack?" And Rococo kind of like starts to chitter and kind of bounce about on the counter. I go, "Rococo, sit." And he just kind of like flops down. You can see like his little black stumps come out in all 4 directions. And then I go, "Good, roll over, Rococo." He rolls over. It was very good. Here you go.
So when you say it's icy, is it kind of like the glaze you would get like on a Krispy Kreme glazed donut? That kind of frosted sugar?
Yeah,
It's
kind of like that.
it's a mini Skyrim sweet roll.
Yeah, it's a mini.
It's perfect.
Of course, I have to give it pets. It's so cute and fluffy.
Argus, you had asked a question about Rococo.
What is Rococo?
This is a poro.
A what?
Poro. P-O-R-O. It's a poro.
Oro.
Not a burrow, a purro. Got it.
Never heard of it.
Oro.
Poro.
Purro.
There's a picture of it in the Discord, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah, in the Discord there's a picture of
It's
it.
the cutest freaking thing. I want like 500 of them.
There's the possibility to get that many if there is a king around.
Oh my god, it's gonna happen, you guys. At some point, I'm gonna find a way to make it happen. But yeah, okay, so, I love how we've spent 3 hours literally fishing, hunting, and exploring the town that you guys grew up in. It's great.
And also petting a mini ram. Don't forget
yeah.
The cutest little mini ram in the world.
So, do you guys feel like you are adequately prepared for this 9-day trip, or is there anything else you guys need to do?
I think I should be prepared with my rations. Should be fine.
Okay. And I assume, Ardian, you would have told your parents you were leaving. Like, we don't have to role play out that situation, but just so that they know, like, I'm gonna go find your
I
cure,
let
Mom
them
and Dad.
know that how long roughly I plan on being gone, and or that I don't entirely know for sure, but I'm hoping it's not more than this amount of time, and that I'll be back hopefully soon.
Okay.
Does his mom ask him if he packed clean underwear?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Like, that's no
packed
canon.
He packed them, and that's how they stay clean.
Yeah. Yeah, she makes sure they're like rolled nice and tight in your backpack.
Who says I wear underwear?
Ooh, now that's canon. All right, but yeah, is there anything else you guys need? And do you want to leave today? Because I would say like this probably only took you guys until like 10 o'clock. So
I'd say we
I
leave.
would say Yes.
Yeah, leave today. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Time is
Um,
of the essence.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure. Um, so you guys head out on the ship, and when you guys are traveling, as a note, this ship is designed for traveling through ice. So this you guys will get your full night's rest each night that you guys go to sleep, but it's choppy water because you're breaking up ice through certain parts of the areas you go. So that's why it also takes so long, as it's slow going through the ice and the ocean, and like having to make stops sometimes if things break, or like, you know, getting stuck,
So
like all that kind of stuff happens during this trip. So
if the ride is kind of rough, do any of us get seasick?
if you want to give me constitution saving throws, you can, for
Mm-hmm.
seasickness. Totally. If that's something that your character's not accustomed to, is traveling on the sea.
Well, to be honest, I have no idea, but
Oof.
we're gonna
I got an
say
11.
hasn't really traveled much.
Okay. Um,
Oh no, poor Arden.
4.
I got a 7.
Okay, so we have a 7 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody else wanting to roll based on their characters' backs, histories, and past explorations? I feel like Tafandros would be okay. Like, he's probably traveled
Yeah.
on
I've done a
ships.
little bit of traveling. I feel like I can handle a ship trip.
Nope.
Have you done boat travel?
I mean, the place I studied was kind of far away, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was all land.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me a
Come
constitution
on.
saving throw.
Give us the Constitution
Join the
saving throw.
fray.
I can roll for Rococo if you want one for
Ooh.
that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
roll for
Yay.
Rococo.
Yes, please.
5.
5.
Oh, it's worse than me.
And I think Rococo's okay.
What have you done, Andrew? You
Yeah,
cannibal?
so the DC for this was 10. So anybody who got under a 10 is not
Oh, no.
feeling so hot. Like, you're over the bow, like
Hey,
praying
at least
to
I now
the
know I'm not the only one that's puking overboard.
yeah. And as you guys are like not projectile vomiting, but like
Projectile
occasionally
vomiting
go over and
overboard.
like spit, or like
Right.
lose some of their breakfast or whatever, you see little like small fishes come up and start eating what's left.
That's even worse.
And coming back down.
And then I see that, and then I just hurl a
Oh,
little
look
more.
at yeah. It's just the cycle continues.
Fondulos is just there petting Rococo, being like, "You're doing very well, little one."
And he just kind of like nuzzles into you and is like, hmm. And like he's feeling okay. Like, definitely if like a jolt happens or something, he might not do so good. But yeah, he's hanging in there.
I'll gonna go out to the ones that look like the most sick, and I'll put my other lay on hands into them to get rid of their illness.
Alright. Do you do this like every day that they need you to? Like, I'm not gonna make you
Yeah,
roll for 9 days worth of
And I don't have to roll. I don't have to roll for it for.
No, I meant for
lay on
them.
hands, but
No, I meant
Oh,
for
for
them
them, oh,
for
yeah.
heading out on sea every day. But
Yeah. Anytime they're gonna get really bad, I'll use lay on hands.
for sure. So on your guys' 9th day, so we're gonna kind of fast forward a bit. On your guys' 9th day, and I'm gonna move you to a new map.
Now, are we using our rations while we're on the boat, or are we?
Yes. So please mark off 9 rations, or
Okay,
those
I
who
only
don't.
had 6 days of rations altogether.
Okay.
No, I'll have to have you do that for me.
Okay. So.
I'm real hungry.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have asked, like, either you guys can share, or and divvy up,
I'm real
because
hungry.
like
Oh,
Argus has 14.
Mhm.
Ardian has a total of So I'm looking because D&D Beyond likes to load slow for me.
Right.
Arden
Uh,
Before Alwyn asks to take rations of someone else, he's gonna try and fish a little bit, see if he can catch anything.
what check do I want that to be? Yeah,
There's a
nature
survival
or
check.
survival. I'll let you do
Nature
either
survival.
one.
Well, same bonus for either. So
Right.
that's an 18 plus 3 is 21.
Holy shit. Okay. Roll me a d4.
E4.
Yeah.
Okay. 1.
1.
1.
Ooh,
I love like googling random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
in
Uh,
between vomiting, I'm playing my piano.
okay. Um,
Clean the pipes, man. Clean the pipes.
so you caught a bluegill fish. Um, so roll a d6 for weight.
Okay. 5.
5. So it
Ooh.
weighs 5 pounds. So
That's probably. Is that a day or is that like
I'd say 2.
2 days?
2 days.
Okay, that. I think I have enough pride to pass that one day if I don't have any food and go on.
Okay. So you're gonna be hungry for a day.
Just hungry for a day. Yep.
I seriously cannot math today. Like, why is 16 subtract 9 so freaking difficult? 7. So, Ardian, you have 7 rations left.
Alright.
Alwyn, I assume you got yours removed, so you're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Argus, you have 5 left. Okay, so you're good. Typhongelos, did you take care of yours?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, the oars are rowing on this boat, and as you guys see land not too far away from you, everybody can see the map, right? We're all good?
Yep.
Okay. And you can move yourselves where you want to be moved to approximately on the boat. I just kind of placed you there for sake. You guys feel this nudge and the boat rocks. And like 5 minutes goes by and it happens again. And you see like some of the crewmen are like looking overboard trying to like find out what it is. Do you guys look as well?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone who's
Okay.
looking,
Girl.
go ahead and give me perception checks.
Over the
Perception. Okay.
edge.
Come on. Big money. Big money. Woo! That would be a 20. Plus 3 is
Nice.
23.
17.
Plus 3 is 21.
16.
16. Okay.
Mhm.
So you guys look over the boat
Well,
and you see this giant creature that is swimming under the boat and knocking into it on occasion, that is black and white and is like 30, you guys estimate it's around 30 feet long, that's just knocking into the boat.
Oh, we need a bigger boat.
And I will move this onto the token leader for you guys to see.
oh boy.
So, yeah, who's been in the ocean before?
I believe that would be
In
me.
real life,
Typhon-
or
No, your character, just
character.
Typhongelos, right?
Mhm.
So Typhongelos, you recognize this as a killer whale that is crashing into the boat, and it's like rocking it, and like you know that they're inherently territorial creatures that clearly you are passing through its home area. So,
Cassandra will kind of look to the three of them and be like, "Oh boy, this isn't good."
so what would you guys like to do? Because it's not
Uh,
directly attacking the boat
Mm-hmm.
yet.
could the what's his name? Alwyn, couldn't he like try to term the the animal fish thingy?
What, you mean use like animal friendship?
Yes.
You
I
can
could use my
certainly
words
try.
today.
I could certainly try. The question is, how would I do that?
You go.
Go ahead and give me. I speak well. Um,
No. You gotta go full free willy. Jump in, rub his belly.
That's what I'm worried about.
You jump in, you start swimming, and you go, "We come in peace."
I do have, as an instrument, I do have a shawm, which is like a little like pipe whistle thing.
mm-hmm.
So I could try lulling it with some tune, although I'm sure the bard's going to be all over me about that.
I could probably try to
I
play
will
it,
let
but
you
try to.
roll a nature check if you want to try and use your
Okay.
animal handling or animal friendship
Animal
spell.
friendship. All right. Oh, yeah, that's an 8.
An 8? Yeah, you have
8.
no idea what these things eat.
And that's I'm out of rations, so I don't really have any food to offer at all.
No.
Well,
Can
I
I try that?
try to play some music to try to charm it.
Oh, he's
Again.
got the spell.
I mean, if you want
It's
to.
not a spell. I'm using my music.
Oh no, I was talking about him.
Oh,
Just doing what he
Um,
was doing. He was missing
what do
that.
I need to
yeah, if
roll to
you,
check?
My shawm.
Tyler, if you want to roll a nature check to try and identify what these things eat, go ahead. Andrew, if you are performing for it, give me a performance check. And then Typhongelos, what are you doing?
I'm kind of waiting to see before.
17.
Typhongelos is kind of waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
I perform with a 17.
I mean,
Ah.
which instrument are you playing?
Let's remember here what I got. I am gonna use my flute.
So it is a beautiful ballad that you are playing. However, the fish type thing that is in the water does not seem to respond to it at all. But the
Dang.
crewmen that are looking over the boat look at you and they go, "Really? That's what you decided to do? There's a
Oh,
killer
Lord.
whale in the ocean
What do you
that is trying to
expect me
take
to
out our
do?
boat and you decide to
Oh,
play?"
Yep.
So,
No love for the
Well, if
NPCs.
it does nothing, I change to a more dun 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 dun, dun type of sound.
yeah. At this point, you see one of the crewmen grab like a harpoon-looking thing and throw it at this killer whale and misses. um, I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative.
I mean, I suppose we could do that.
Or friends, not food.
Fish are friends. So what are we doing?
Initiative.
Rolling for initiative, huh?
Yeah.
18.
Again with the horrible rolls. 5.
8.
13 for me.
Okay. So
Dead last.
I have to add Typhongelos. So 18 for Typhongelos. 8. Ardian, what was yours again?
It was 5.
5. Alan?
13.
13. Argus? 8. Not good this time, you guys.
Figured we'd give him a little bit more of a chance.
Is that what's going on?
I mean,
I
we're nice
am
guys.
also rolling initiative for your boat. That will
Uh-oh.
move 30 feet every round. So,
Don't
to kind of
touch
get
the
you...
Don't touch
touch
the
the butt.
Don't touch it.
So what's hilarious is the boat is going first.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, but
So I need everybody to move their characters
Oh,
up.
no,
You guys are
I'm
still
in the
in the
water.
boat. I just need everybody to move their characters up.
it's a Teflon boat. We're just sliding straight off of it.
It just takes off
Typhondralos,
without us.
it is your turn next.
And the boat actually travels at light speed, and we're just like silly putty being just slingshot back into place. I think what I'm gonna do is see if I can get one of the other harpoons and tie a rope to it, and then try to be as intimidating as possible as I chuck it at this thing.
All right. So whatever your intention is, either you can roll an attack roll for me.
I'm more trying to intimidate it, to scare it off, more than
Okay.
trying
So, like-
to actually hurt it.
Okay, so
I
then
don't want
roll
it to be mad.
roll me an intimidation check.
Kind of like the firing blows just in front of the enemy to try to scare it
Right.
away.
Oh, that's a 24.
Holy shit.
I think we're
Yeah.
all scared now.
It just goes, and it goes,
Yeah, you see like everyone that's on the crew, which is like a good 12 people on the ship too, that are like, some are rowing under deck, and you hear like, what was that? Oh my god. Like
The
some
hell
of the
was
people are
that?
responding on the thing, and the killer whale kind of like avoids the javelin, and you hear like almost like a cry as it kind of like avoids it and dives under and then comes back up to the surface. And that ends the killer whale's turn, because that was such a high intimidation roll. So that's what he did on his turn. Alwyn, your turn.
Okay, how do I follow that up?
I think you just kind of hear from like Typhondralos, like his normal gentle giant nature, and you
Right.
just hear like this loud ass just yeti like roar that just kind of shakes the ice around.
The ice reverberates with your deep bellowing voice around the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pick up a harpoon and huck it. I assume I get no bonuses with this whatsoever, correct?
I'm gonna say it's strength plus if you're proficient with ranged, yeah, martial weapons. Yeah, martial
Okay.
weapons.
I am, so it's still gonna be a +3 then, or so just strength or
So strength plus proficiency.
plus proficiency?
So as you're having to chuck it through water down into it. So
Alrighty. All right. Uh-oh, that's a 1.
oh no.
oh no.
Yeah.
Is there a rope around my ankle?
No, I won't do that
Okay.
to you. But like the
Yeah,
rope
it's
that
pretty cool.
the rope
Long
that
into
you
the water.
had tied to the end of it, you like
Uh-huh.
go to throw the javelin at the whale that like moves around it, and you go to grab the rope as the rope just slips through your hands and the javelin just goes into the water. And you're
Great,
like,
now I'll pull them to
oh,
safety.
one javelin down.
Hunter.
And then
Alright.
it
I
is.
let them slip through my fingers.
Oh no! Oh my god, Mulan references. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Great.
And then it is Argus's turn. Oh, and I forgot to mention this, but you guys would have had a long rest before this combat because you guys have been traveling for 9 days, so
Yep.
I apologize. Retcon that. Everybody's fully rested. Because you guys have been traveling for 8 nights on your 9th day, so. Things I should have mentioned.
I found second level ice knife.
Okay. Uh, roll to hit.
Oh, 14,
14 hits,
10 damage.
10 damage, and what's the save again?
Oh, what? 14? No?
14 is the save?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I forgot it does hit him too again.
Well, he's a 25-foot creature, so
Yeah.
yeah, he failed. So roll your 2d6.
There. 7.
7 damage. Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
That really makes me worry, guys, that she's not doing that for his back damage, but for another creature that we haven't seen yet.
No, you're hitting the whale.
Okay. If you didn't specify, I got scared.
Sorry, no. Your ice knife like hits the whale, shatters, jumps, and like hits him 5 feet over on a different area and shatters again. So, yeah, both you saw it impact then impact. So, it's just on the one creature is what you see so far. Artie.
He's just so massive, he might as well be in two creatures.
That's why I'm kind of giving it to you because he's ginormous. So,
Well, since everyone has started in attacking, I guess I will also attack.
okay. Technically, the NPC started it, aka the DM that's like not gonna let your ship be
everyone decided
capsized.
to take, everyone decided to take also join in, so going to shoot off an arrow.
Okay.
With a 16.
16 will hit.
And with 4 points of damage.
Okay. So your arrow makes contact and you see it like pierce through the skin of the orca, and it does your full amount of damage, but this animal's huge and it doesn't seem to hurt it.
Too phased by it.
Yeah, it just keeps coming. And then the boat's turn. So, so I need everybody to move up again.
Boing.
And then Typhongelos, it is your turn.
Reeling in my spear again. I'm like, I guess since everyone else is hitting it, I might as well do it as well.
Okay.
Yay, peer pressure.
I mean, I could try to intimidate it again, but I don't think it's going to work as well the second time around. Uh, 22.
Hits.
And it's a D6 or D8 for this javelin? D6?
D6.
A D6 plus strength mod?
Yeah, plus proficiency if you're proficient with martial.
9 points.
Nice. Okay. So it is the killer whale's turn. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I know. Got your guys' hopes up. I want my measuring tool. Okay. And you see him like come up to the side of the boat, and he like opens up his giant maw and clasps down onto like the hull of the boat. Hull of the boat, yeah.
The
That.
whole boat, or the rudder, or
Like the
some
bottom,
of the
like
oars,
a
or...
bottom of the boat. Like he's trying to
Okay.
poke a hole in the bottom of the boat.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that hits. Whole armor class of 10 for the boat. So, this is. Okay.
Is it my turn?
You you guys see him take, and he like when he bites into the side of the boat and it rocks the boat a little bit, and like you hear the guys scream underneath the deck of the boat and are like, "Captain, we're taking water!"
And you hear Artie and go,
Perfect. Perfect. So that ends the killer whale's turn, so Alwyn, your turn.
Yeah, it is my turn. All right. I'm assuming there are more harpoons on the boat.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll let you guys know if you can't find one.
Okay. Well,
I'm keeping track.
I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna make sure it's tied adequately to the harpoon, and we're gonna throw one again.
Okay, go for it.
All right. That is an 18.
That'll hit.
All right. How much damage does a
A
is that
D6
D6? D6?
plus strength
Okay.
plus proficiency.
Okay. So that will be 6 points of damage,
Okay.
and he's got a harpoon stuck in him.
Yep. uh, for the sake of this, if you are wanting to continue to hold on to the rope, I'll deal with it on your next turn, but I'm going to expect things from you. So just keep that in mind.
Okay. All right.
Argus, your turn.
Yeah, for now I'm holding on to the rope. I'm like, I got him! And that's all that's going through my mind is, I got him!
It's great.
Let's do a second level acid arrow.
Okay. Do go ahead and roll to hit.
19.
19 hits.
Wow.
16 damage.
Ouch.
That's a spicy arrow.
That's a sabasa meatball.
"Fight them in bow."
Okay. So and then it takes acid
And then
damage
it's next turn.
on its turn. Okay. Cool. I will keep that in mind. As you like cast it out your hands, and the acid just like melts part of its hide on the upper part of its skin. That hurt it pretty bad.
That must smell terrible.
Oh no, it does not smell good.
Yeah.
It's like
Arden, how's
melting.
your stomach?
I was trying to make it weaker.
All right. So is Argus. So Arden, it is your turn. Do you want to do a
After
Constitution
I
saving
wipe
throw
the
for?
vomit off myself,
Okay.
I go shoot off another arrow again.
All right, go for it.
Through his wavering vision, just arrow, fire.
I got this. I got this.
He does his own version of acid
Because
arrow.
of all the vomiting, I can't
Oh,
see and I missed.
yeah,
With the
no,
7.
you whiffed on that real bad. So like the
Uh,
smell of the acid like melting the flesh of this creature and the howl that it emanates in its pain just like distracts you so much, and you pull your arrow back and your eyes are like watering and you aim and you miss.
And then promptly throw up.
And then it's the boat's turn. So everybody needs to move up again.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm in the middle of the water again. Ah.
Yeah. I would move you guys all at the same time, but it doesn't let me.
Okay.
So I appreciate you guys moving your characters for me. And then it's
Oh,
the
Argus is now in the water.
I'm riding the masthead like Luffy.
Alright, so Whale's gonna come up to the boat again and
Uh-huh.
bite at it again.
Not me.
It can't get to you guys.
It's scared of you.
You're boat adjacent to it, so they'll get the boat first, then it'll come after you.
For those watching the stream, oh my god, this is gonna be so much damage.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I just
no.
critted.
The boat's been critted.
Oh no. We're gonna end up in the freaking water here in a second.
Oh god, it's so much damage, you guys.
Actually, hang on a second. Is there anything I can do
Yeah.
with this?
We didn't have to sign any paperwork for this boat. This is pretty much being
We're
given to
not
us to
gonna-
transport us, right? Yeah, we're.
We're not
Okay,
gonna
all right.
swim, guys. It's gonna be fine. I've got it.
It
Oh,
was
I
not
would.
in the expectation that you guys
It'll take a lot of me.
keep the boat safe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get bad. Good news, we have a cure. Bad news.
Can't get back.
We can't get back because our ship is destroyed. Or not our ship, but the ship.
Is the boat technically an ally?
No, because it's an object.
It has an initiative and an
Yeah.
HP.
Yeah, but that's for me to keep track
Yeah.
of.
But it doesn't have free will. It's an object.
That's worth a shot.
Free will.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. That's enough blubbering. Ha! Okay, sorry.
Okay,
I've been
guys.
holding it in for like 5 minutes.
So,
Enough blubbering out of you.
do you want to know how much damage I just did?
Sure.
A lot.
46 points of damage.
Oh,
To the
I'm
boat?
so dead.
Oh, it's
How many hit
it's
points
done.
does the boat have?
This specific one
These are toothpicks. That's not a boat.
has 80.
Oh!
We're running
We're
out
getting.
of time.
We're about
So, what I'm gonna do is. Oh, you guys are so lucky I'm rolling high right now. So I rolled a d6 for how many rounds it's gonna take for the boat to sink, and it's 6.
Okay.
So,
I think we'll get there.
So yeah, 6 rounds for the boat to sink.
Oh boy. We ain't gonna make it.
As you see, like, the crewmen are like grabbing, like, they were grabbing buckets initially on the first attack that this killer whale did, and now they're just like rowing as fast as they can through the water that's pouring through the hole in the hull of the ship, and they're just like, "Captain, we're sinking!" And you just see everybody like pulling the sails and like trying to pull them out to like get as much momentum as they can to get you guys to shore.
Right.
So that ends the killer whale's turn.
Yeah.
Alwyn, your turn.
You skipped my turn there.
Did I?
Yeah. It's like,
Oh,
I
I'm
thought
so
I was
sorry.
Gonna be able to go before the
No,
whale
no.
went.
Sorry. Yes, go ahead. Retcon. My bad.
You're good. I was like, wait a second.
I'm so sorry. That was not on
You're
purpose.
good. No, I know. I look and I kind of see if is there any other like extra rope nearby me?
Yeah, I mean, there's rope on the ship. Plus, you should have some.
I do have some, yeah. I kind of tie it around myself, and I kind of look to Alwyn or Ardane, or yeah, Argus or Alwyn, and just be like, oh, hopefully this goes well. As I look over towards the whale, and I just like, if I pull twice, hold me to shore.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Gonna, and I'm gonna bless my scimitar with light, and I'm gonna go jump and just fucking plunge my sword into this thing.
As
Okay.
he jumps in, I whisper really low. I got this.
Give me
Did it say once or twice? I can't remember.
Twice.
twice.
Twice, right.
Once or
Do I
twice.
need to make you roll an intelligence check for that?
Yes.
Only if intelligence was your dumb stat. But
Right. No. Nope, it's not like them.
um,
I'm slightly above, but only slightly.
yeah. So I'm gonna say, give me an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice, to like leap
Okay.
over and land on the whale.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
yeah,
2.
you just like soar over. You like put your foot on the edge of the ship and you leap and you plunge down. Go and give me an attack roll to stab it. It is like super
And-
graceful.
This is gonna be the most graceful thing, and then you like get to 1.
Oh no, he hits.
It's like Free Willy. We just see Typhonulus going over the top of us as he goes in the water.
Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Somebody revealed the Free Willy trait.
Then 1d4, that'll be 12 damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay. You hear this whale let out this painful sound as you were on top of it, and you slash through its skin and leave this gaping wound in the top of it, like behind its dorsal fin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
hey, I do know stuff.
I am now on top of this whale.
You are on top of the whale.
Surfing a whale.
Anything else you're doing?
Nothing really much else I can do, really, at this point.
Okay. All right. Alwyn, your turn.
Okay. Well, no matter what happens, I call dibs on the Captain Jack Sparrow from the boat once we get to the shore. So as the boat's sinking in, I'm gonna be right in the very top of it and just hopefully do that step off that lands perfectly on the shore. We'll
What
see.
is that called? The
The crow's nest?
crow's nest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're climbing up the crow's nest.
That's in 5 rounds, but
Okay.
right now I'm still holding a rope
Okay.
that is still harpooned into the whale, right?
Yes. So, if you're going to hold on to it,
Mm-hmm.
I need a strength check or like an athletics check, or you can choose to let go of it and like I'll let you do two things. Either you hold on to it with a strength check, and I'll let you use an improvised weapon damage to
Mm-hmm.
do some damage by tugging on it,
Right.
or you can let go and do something else.
Nope.
So
I'm
your
gonna
choice.
do a strength check.
Okay.
Aha! That is a 20 plus 3 is 23.
Oh yeah, you yank on this thing and hold on to it, and you see like the the whale like moves a little bit, like not a full 5 feet, but like a couple inches towards you. And let's see, improvised weapon damage. I haven't seen this in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I love homebrew so much, you guys. So, give me a strength plus proficiency, and then it's gonna deal a d4.
On top of that.
Yeah. So strength
Okay.
strength plus proficiency to like have it like hit essentially, even though
Mhm.
you're like pulling, and then if it does, I'll have you roll a d4 for damage.
Okay. So I already rolled a strength check for that for on the rope. So just like strength bonus plus my proficiency bonus and a D4, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it was a strength check to hold on to it, because you're
Mhm.
fighting this like,
So you got to re-roll
500-pound
Or
animal.
yeah.
for strength.
Oh, reroll strength then.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the strength, so the strength check was to just hold on to it because
Right.
realism, like,
Right.
and then this part is to like improvise doing damage
Mhm.
to it and like tugging on it. So I need another strength
Right.
test
So
plus your
that's
proficiency.
yeah. So let's see. That's I rolled a 4 and a D4, so that's going to be 13.
13 will hit,
Okay.
and then a d4 for damage.
Okay.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah. That's a 1.
Oof. Okay. You scratched it a bit as you yanked on it.
Right.
And
But it
then
did something, so I'm
it did do
confident this is the
something.
way to go.
It did do something. It definitely did. Argus, your turn.
I'm gonna turn to the team and I'm gonna say, should I attack or should I do something proactive to potentially help us in case of boat failure?
And I'll get back to you next roll.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
cast Tensor's floating disc,
on what?
the deck of the ship,
Hmm.
just to have it there behind me, following,
Just
ready.
right.
Oh,
Just in
okay.
case.
That's super smart. I love it. Um, yeah, that's totally fine. Uh, let's see if there's anything specific I need to know about that.
We should have just used your floating disc to get here.
It only lasts for an hour, not for 9 days. So that would
Well,
not
you could
work.
just keep recasting it, couldn't he?
Yeah, and
Um,
the four of us would have to be like balanced on the thing. It would look really odd.
We're just floating through the air. Whee!
Let me show you the world.
Yeah.
Okay, how far behind the ship is your circle? Your Tensor's floating disc.
I'm thinking it was on the ship with me, like basically like behind. Well, like, because it's only 3 feet in diameter, so it's not the hugest of circles.
Yeah, and for whatever
Yeah,
reason, I
yeah,
can't
eventually
move
we'll
it.
try to pile onto it. Get on the
I figure
circle.
there's enough room for the three of you to get on there.
Yeah,
Dora's gonna leave the
you'll
door
just have
again,
to
so.
pretend because clearly I can't draw something and then keep it and and move it. So I will have to get a Tensor's floating disc thing at some point. Icon. But yeah, so it can be with the ship. That's totally fine. And
We're just
it'll
gonna
just auto
imagine that
move.
it's back there.
Say that again?
We're just gonna imagine that it's back there.
Yeah.
I believe in floating discs. I do. I believe in floating discs.
I
I
believe
do. I
it.
do.
Believe in it.
Anything else you're doing? And I mean, I don't think you can, but like bonus action
No, that
or
would be it.
okay. All right, so you're focusing on that, and then Ardian, your turn.
Well, um, I'm gonna let off another arrow again.
Okay.
With a 16,
That'll hit.
and I do 7 points of damage.
7.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I also move to here.
Okay. Does that end your turn?
Yep.
All right. So it's the boat's turn. So this puts us at 5 rounds left.
Turn one.
So everybody move up for me. Minus Typhondralos is still on the
Hold on. On the whale.
on the whale. Yep. And then Typhondralos, it is your turn.
I am striking down into this thing again.
Go for it.
Stefangelos kind of looks at the whale and just kind of says, "You thought you'd be eating well. Too bad you have to deal with the bigger fish here."
Yeah.
Natural one.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Oh yeah.
Hubris.
No, the whale dives under as you go to swing, and you catch your balance, and then it comes back up as you swing and missed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is the killer whale's turn.
Oh no.
Barrel roll. Barrel roll.
Yeah, he's gonna oh, this is gonna be so bad. But it's what this animal would do. So, it kind of um
Does it twirly?
rolls. Yeah, it rolls. Typhondra's, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
So I should have went ahead and sent the disc over to you.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh.
Minus 1, so 19.
Shabam.
Nice. So you grab onto this and I kind of have to do this. What's your armor class? 20? Yeah, I rolled a 22 to hit. So what's gonna happen is it bucks you off and rolls over and turns around and bites you. For 15 points of damage.
Woof.
Oh boy.
But because of your dexterity saving throw, you grab back onto it, its dorsal fin, and flip yourself back up and on top of it.
Okay.
Out of the mouth of death.
Yeah, literally.
Gives you a good smack, and then you climb right back up on it.
Yep. Craziness. And then it's going to move. And you go with it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
At least I wasted its attack.
Mm-hmm.
And that ends its turn. So now it is Alan's turn.
All right. I'm not letting Typhondralos get all the glory here. I'm leaping off. I'm going to take out my scimitars. I'm going to leap off, and I'm going to...
Oh boy.
2 attacks. 2 short sword attacks. Sorry.
Athletics or acrobatics check to
All
land
right.
on this creature.
Oh, I think it's acrobatics. All right.
I think Typhon just went "What are you doing?"
That's a 14 plus 5. That's 19.
Oh yeah, you do it with this while when Typhondralos did it, he did it in this muscly, meaty, hearty leap.
Graceful.
You did it in this graceful swan leap over the
cloak of billowing is billowing in the wind.
Yeah, it's billowing behind you as you
This graceful swan,
superhero land on top of this killer whale.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and do your attacks.
First slash.
You should become a ice skater.
That's 12.
12? 12 just hits.
12 just hits. All right, good. That's a d6 plus 5, so that is 8 points.
8 points?
Yep, and I'm gonna take I got one last splash,
Go
and
for
that
it.
is it's a dirty 20. That's 13 plus 7.
That'll hit.
Okay, and that's for 1 point.
Okay. You hear this killer whale like let out a painful sound, and it is starting to look like it's faltering.
Looking ragged.
Mm-hmm. Um, Argus, your turn.
Oh. 1 second, I need to check something.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Hey, Argus, all the cool kids are riding whales. Come on, it's fun.
Would it take my action to move the disc closer to them to where they could, because the whale's fairly close to the boat. I want to kind of try to make like a jump bridge, basically, an easy way for them to get back safely.
Let me look up your spell again. So
It basically just says it follows.
it
stays
does
within.
if it moves more than 20 feet. So it'll auto follow behind the boat, like either like right behind it or 20 feet, whatever the distance from you to that is. Or I'd say you could move it as an action, but
Screw it. I'm ice knifing this whale again.
okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Oh, wait. Roll back to first level. Ow. 13, 19 to hit, I think.
That hits.
15 damage.
15 damage. How do you want to do this?
Shove it in his blowhole.
Okay, so you just see this ice knife come out and it like lands like right in front of you, Typhongelos, and like goes straight into the blowhole, and you just see like blood gurgle up through this whale's blowhole and like
Oh, man.
spill out,
Oh,
and then it stops moving and slowly starts sinking into the water.
Then I yell over, "If you're done playing!"
So, okay, I need for Typhongelos and Alwyn, I need acrobatics or athletics checks to jump back onto the boat.
Mhm.
So go ahead and
All
do
right.
that for me.
On your way back.
Here we go. That
Please
would be
fail
a
miserably.
16.
16.
No.
16 total.
Okay.
17.
Here's my
17.
question.
Okay.
Does he still have this rope that's attached to the whale? I mean, he did a pretty good jump.
Yes.
Can we keep this whale for rations?
You can
That is-
certainly try.
Bonus points for you, my friend.
Okay. And I should have kept this in initiative order. So that was Argus's turn, killed them. Ardian, what did you do in your turn?
On my turn, I did 2 slashes with my short swords.
No. This next turn. Like after
Oh, this
Argus
next
kills the killer whale, what do you do? Because
I
I have to
jump
keep
back-
I have to keep initiative order because of the boat
Yeah.
sinking.
All right.
So
I jump back on the disc and if I can, jump back the disc to hop back on the boat.
No, I didn't
Was
move
that
it.
no,
I didn't
Ardian.
move it. It's concept.
Ardian. What is Ardian
well, well, since I just hurl some more.
Dead Will,
Well, mhm. I don't know what I really can do since it's dead now. So, uh, if we're trying to keep the whale, do we have any spears with or harpoons with ropes still attached to them?
I think mine's still in it with the rope
Yeah,
attached.
and I,
Yeah,
I, I put one in there that also is attached with a rope to the boat as well.
yeah. So you can go and grab one and uh, give me a strength check to hold on to it, or an
Oh boy.
athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I hate
well,
doing straight strength checks
Yeah,
because it doesn't give you like your
or to the
bonuses.
ship. I mean,
well, I'd
if
probably
he
have
does a
better luck
strength check and
doing an
attaches it to the
athletic
ship, it's
check
gonna be
than a
attached to the
strength
ship.
check. Um,
Sinking ship.
Yeah, they
So
have
okay,
that ship.
I'll let you do this one of two ways. Either a strength check to hold on to it, or give me a dexterity. Let's see. To like an acrobatics, since that's dexterity check, to tie it around the boat.
so acrobatics.
Yeah. To like tie the rope around the boat real quick before the um, whale sinks.
It'd be a 22.
Oh
Woo!
yeah, no problem. You like tie it around it and you like knot it really good and you pull it really snug and that you tap it twice in typical quote dad fashion and be like that baby's not going anywhere.
This is a double half hitch with a Gordian thrown into it, and
I have no idea what any of that means, but yes. um
It just
neither
means
do I, but
the
it sounds good.
puppy ain't going nowhere.
so Typhondralos, okay, so the boat moves up again.
Whee! I'm in the water
Typhondralos and
again.
Alwyn jumped to the boat successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then would have been the killer whale's turn. He's dead. So he sinks a little bit further. And you guys see it like the corpse visually goes down. So yeah, like Typhondralos and Alwyn,
Slowly
the
dragging.
athletics and acrobatics checks was to get back on the boat, so those were your actions.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Argus's turn again.
Yep. Argus is still in the water.
I got him.
Not so much.
Constitution saving throws for cold water.
He just plops into the water. Whoosh.
Splash.
Hold my action because I don't know what to do.
Hold your action for what?
I don't know. Just
Swimming?
anticipation. Yeah, potential swimming.
Okay. Yeah, because the boat is slowly getting lower and lower in the water as you guys are still managing to make some speed across. Do you guys want me to just keep going with the boat?
They say if it comes up to my turn, the boat moves closer. I think Typhon will also kind of run down to see if he can use his body and his shield to patch up the hole just temporarily
Okay.
to hold the water at bay.
Oh wait. You said I could use my action to move the disc.
Yes, if you want to.
Put it. I want to put it under the boat.
Okay.
Just give it just a little extra. We're so close. I just want to slow the sinking, not halt it necessarily.
I mean, it doesn't. Okay, I'll say that helps a little bit.
Yeah, you're using
It's
the
only
disc
up
to
to
make about
500
500 pounds.
pounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so this did move
lift
up
it.
though. So
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting everybody.
Okay.
do. As you guys like move, and because no one's like actively holding on to the rope that has the whale, you hear this like, and the rope snaps,
Dang
and
it.
the harpoon and the rope is lost. Um,
Ah.
What about my rope that I have tied to the boat?
Mhm.
You have another one?
Well, the one that I had tied to the boat tears.
Yeah, the one that had the
Oh.
harpoon in the whale.
Uh,
I rolled its
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
it's check for it to see if it tore or not, and it yeah, it didn't make it. Um,
Can we use the disc on on an orca corpse and kind of float that a little bit?
um,
Doing everything we can to save this whale corpse.
that's not what I wanted. I always forget which one's the like measuring tool.
It's
The
the third
ruler.
one, fourth one down. The one looks like a
Yeah,
yeah.
the last time you guys saw this whale's at least 80 feet behind you
Dang it!
when the rope snapped off.
Oh,
So it's not likely that you guys will be able to find it, find the corpse of this whale.
nope. Oh boy.
No rations for us.
Dang it! I want to have some blubber
Typhongelos,
to offer to Artie and say, "Hey, Artie, you want some blubber?"
since you ran down to the hull of the ship, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oof.
This water is freezing cold.
For me, but I'm resistant to the cold.
Yes, I understand. Resistant is a thing, but when water is, oh yeah, you're
Natural
good though.
20,
Dang.
sure.
Yeah, this water's cold, and between your thick skin and bulky build, you shake off the effects of what would be the cold water. This water's like negative degree temperatures, so it's freezing. But you manage to like keep your body, and you're trying to like keep that whole like, but you're like waist deep in water as you're like bracing your body against the big Nash hole from the killer whale.
Yeah, utilizing my tower shield and just kind of pushing into it as much as I can to keep to stem the flow.
Yeah, for sure. Alwyn, are you doing anything? Argus, Ardian, you guys are the next three, and
I am bemoaning the loss of our whale.
okay. Argus,
We
you're just
can-
keeping the disc.
Yeah.
Ardian,
Is there any need for help in rowing?
I mean, some people are like everybody's still rowing. Like they're waist deep in water. Like when you poke your head in there, everybody's on an oar. That's why it's still moving. Otherwise, it
I
wouldn't be
wasn't sure if
moving
there
at
might
all.
have been like anybody that passed out from the cold water.
Uh,
We might need another
I don't-
rower.
I don't-
I
no,
don't know.
they're
I
okay.
have no idea what to do.
Nah, they're okay. So I'm gonna say the boat moves up again.
At the moment, I'm just kind of hoping that the boat makes it.
Okay. And then if no one else is doing anything, it moves its last turn before you see the like, as it skirts up onto the icy bank, the ass end of the ship that's still in the water like completely goes under, but the front of the ship is like up
I
on the
immediately jump off and onto land. That was my lead here.
yeah, so it's like the Titanic but in reverse. But
At
yeah,
least this story ends in a fairly decent thing. Or does that mean that anybody's like left in the water from not being
no,
able to make it out before the boat took over?
people are like going up the stairs and like running out onto the deck and everything, but like it's not like it's sunk, but it's unusable, but it's not like anybody's in danger of dying.
Right.
So they just like are all
We-
getting out. There's people that are freezing,
Yeah.
and like you
It's
see
cold,
people
it's wet,
shaking,
yeah.
and they're not doing too hot, but
Well,
they're not in fear of dying at the moment. They just need to go find a place to warm up.
probably start a fire.
Right here on the beach?
Well, at least to get people warmed up, because I don't know how far it is before we actually
Yeah.
get anywhere.
Um,
Yeah. Is
That's
there
what
anywhere
getting
that's
everybody
What's all of
together and
that,
catching our bearings.
all that stuff off to the right?
that's like some wood. As you guys
I
are like, the crew is unloading and like getting off the boat, and like you guys are unloading and like getting out, you see this red-headed female dwarf come like running at you guys with like a few people in tow to like it seems like her intention is to help, and she's like commanding orders like go help now, and like they're running ahead of her because she's short and these are humans that are running. And she can't move as fast, but yeah, they approach the ship and they help some of the people, and like you see a couple people like oh, I'm gonna sneeze, sorry.
it's cold.
Yeah, it's freezing.
you just hit with
Um,
people sneezing.
and they are helping people unload, and a couple people are casting like lesser restoration spells that like specifically Typhongelos and Argus you guys recognize. The other two, you know that magic's being cast, you just don't know exactly what kind. And then they like
Is
help
there anyone
everybody
that
get
needs
unloaded.
wounds healed?
I mean, as far as like the crew, this like woman, this redheaded dwarf, and like the people that she brought are like making sure the crew is okay. So
Okay.
if you guys need to heal each other, you guys
Is it
can.
anyone hurt?
About half my life points, but I can heal it off easy. I can just spend all my lay on hands and I'll heal back up to normal.
I did
Anyone else?
so good on hurting you.
I still have like a lot of my spells, and like my lay
Right.
on hands is the only thing. So once I rest again, I'll be like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah. I hate you. In the most lovingly way possible.
Precisely.
You win some, you
Everyone
lose
else
some.
good with me?
I'm sorry, say that again?
What?
I missed what was just said.
I just did something while someone else was saying something.
Yeah, I
Right.
got.
But what did you say?
I just said so everyone's good then.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
I
On
think
the
everybody's okay. Yeah, the boat's trashed.
Well, I
Like-
meant like instead of jumping on the whale at that one point.
As things kind of like settle down, and like the people that are with this redhead like kind of escort your crew into the city, or not the city, the outpost. You see this woman go, well, welcome to Cyrillia. She kind of chuckles and goes, quite the adventure you guys had.
I'd say so. Didn't expect the trip to end with us barely making it to the shore.
You must be the people that Erlo sent.
Yes.
Okay.
We are.
Well, with that, I am Lorgo, and it is a pleasure to meet you.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that is where we are going to end session for tonight.
Okay.
So, you guys made it to Cyrillia. You
Barely.
came with a broken ship that you guys managed to all
Yeah.
survive.
But we could have
Um,
blubber kebabs and blubber steaks and blubber stew, and it's all gone.
well, and whale oil
Blubber
is a
pizza.
precious commodity that is worth so much money.
Right. But mostly it's because that way
Blubber
Arden was
soda.
like seasick the entire time. I could say, "Hey, Arden, do you want some blubber?" Just him go,
Just that fishy smell is forever going to make you
exactly.
vomit going forward.
Hmm.
But all right, you guys. So congratulations on another amazing session. So with that, we are going to end our recording for tonight. So say bye to everyone, you guys. Bye. Thanks
Bye.
for watching. Have a great evening. And we'll see you next Friday at 8:30.